What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 2018 Arica Cultura Bodyboard event here on Scorpion Island. I'm Manny Vargas and Terry McKenna standing down, or ready to give you the action, which is going off right outside this gate here. So, Tezza, incredible format getting rolled out at this event.
Yeah, that's right, folks. Unfortunately, we had a couple of technical problems this morning, but we're with you live now, and we've got heat number 4, round number 1 of a brand new format in the water, and Manny, so far so good. It's been working really well.
Yes, the whole idea is to make sure the riders throw everything down on every wave. Let's get out to the action, and we'll talk more about what is going on with this new format. Tezza.
Yeah, well, this World Grand Slam format, 30-minute heats, unlimited waves, of course, the best 3 waves across all 3 rounds. That's what's going to count at the end of the day. This format does not reward safe surfing. Everyone has to reset whatever they've learnt before. They can throw it out the window. This is a format that really suits free surfers, and I think we're going to see some of the world's best free surfers come back onto the tour, and that's why we've come up with this sort of format. But right now, we're watching this young Chilean guy. He's from I believe Guzman's from Antofagasta. We were saying Kike the other day, Guzman is a Antofagasta local, but nice one there, Eduardo going for it. It's all about high-risk riding. Manny, the leaderboard, of course, will display in the Stacked app the leaderboard throughout the rounds, and we were once again using the 4-man priority system.
And that's going to be crucial. I mean, the priority system in these situations, and when it's all about getting the top waves scored, I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting because even though it's 30-minute heats, this morning has kind of a long period, so those better waves are far and few between.
That's right. We're up to around about 20 past 9 local time, and low tide 9:45 this morning, just under 1 meter. There's only a very small difference between high and low tide here, but that half a meter difference on the tide really does make a difference. So we're starting to see some nice sets roll through. You did mention the priority. Many the priority interferences now with the World Grand Slam format that we have here, we've had to tighten them up a little, and the first infringement will mean a loss of the 3rd highest wave across all 3 rounds. The second infringement will be a loss of the 2nd highest wave across all 3 rounds, and if you get 3 infringements or 3 drop-ins, mate, you'll be disqualified from the event completely. So what we're trying to do is really just make sure that everyone has a totally unrestricted right of way to try and surf their best wave as best as they can.
And you know what? That's pretty steep, so I'm pretty sure the riders are going to take note and make sure they don't infringe on anybody. And out in the water right now, we do have the current heat, and all these heats are stacked. The cool thing about it, you're going to see all these riders at least 3 times.
Yeah, that's right. And they don't have to worry about trying to be consistent across the heats anymore. It's all about that single highest score. Effectively, we've gone from the best 2 to the best 1 wave, but not even in the heat. And I think that using this format, Manny, you're not really even competing against the guys just in this heat or just in this round, but you're competing. I think it's really, personally, I think it's a battle between you and El Gringo.
That's exactly what it is. And with that point, each rider is it's going to be hard for them to forget about the standard and the usual. They have 3 rounds, and the focus on is getting 3 solid waves. You get 3 10-point rides in your first round, you're stoked. But I don't think that's going to happen because, I mean, there's so many waves so little waves up and riding. We have Eder Luciano up and riding. Look at this thing, ton of speed, comes around the section and disappears. And that could be an issue. Some of the better waves there's not enough of those, so it's going to be pretty crucial on wave selection.
Yeah, that's right. And I think we'll see the athletes, the surfing athletes here, being really hyper selective. There's no need to try and build house or lay a foundation or all those cliches that we've used over the years. It's all about the single highest score. This is Miguel Rodriguez up and riding at the moment, and of course Miguel is one of the Peruvians, and he's going to get crunched on the landing. And right behind him, nice camera work as we see again Eduardo Guzman just parks it in the tube. Nice little cover up. It looks like Eduardo might have got clamped on that one as well. So it's all about that single highest score. So far this morning, Manny, Uri Valadeo came right out of the blocks like a bull out of a starting gate with an 8.0. And Tristan Roberts with a 7.0. That was heat number 1. In heat number 2, Alan Munoz with a 7.25. And in that last heat, we just unfortunately, people at home, we only just got the webcast up and running here. We've had some power issues, folks, so we do apologise, but we're live now. It was Amaury Laverne with an 8.50 and 7.0 for Kevin Torres from the Chile.
And if you haven't already done so, now's a good time to download Stacked, the app. Stacked app, we have a fan app with the scoring system, and you can see those 3 scores from each of the riders. Here we go, up and riding. This is Ian Campbell.
Ian Campbell, lovely wave there for Ian. And wow, I think that this guy is going to really suit this new World Grand Slam format. Again, this format does not reward safe surfing. It's all about high-risk riding. And as Manny mentioned, the leaderboard in the Stacked app will be displaying all of the numbers right throughout the round. So make sure you download it, folks, onto your Android or iOS device. You can do that. And, of course, it's stactapp.com. So go and check it out.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited about this new format. I mean, we've seen Uri Valadao not holding back. He usually when you see him on these types of waves, he'll play it conservative here and there. But now it's all about throwing it down all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know that we had a meeting with the riders the other night, and Eda Luciano, well, there's a little wave there from Miguel. Eda, of course, is the riders' representative, and he'd been speaking to some guys, and he came up with some really good information and feedback for us about the format. We'll just go to live action here with Eduardo Guzman, and that is a better wave there, and Eduardo going for the maximum extraction on that one as he finishes in front of the rocks. Back to what we were saying about Eda. Eda was mentioning that, you know, he said his job is to get 2 best waves and to progress through the heat and to listen for the score, you know, to go into second or to go into first. He has to completely forget about all of that and reset and pretend that he's just, well, here he is here. And this is exactly what he's doing. And Eda Luciano, big ARS out of the pit. And it looks like he's been doing his homework.
And that's the thing. He's got a lot of these riders. They got to get out of that comfort zone or that just something that they're so used to. And right there is a perfect example of what we want to see here. Is just get as many points as possible on every wave you ride.
All right, well, you know, take a risk, get a reward, make the move, get the score. That's what they say up there in the judging booth. And Eda Luciano, that was a perfect example of exactly how to do that. So we're still setting up the replays here this morning, folks. It's only early days here in Chile, but we're off and racing day number 3 of the Arica Bodyboard Culture.
All right, we're going to be explaining the format throughout the first 3 rounds consistently, just so everybody understands that there are the first 3 rounds of the main event is the new format we're rolling out here on the Grand Slam Series. It's not about advancing on into the next round number 2 or round number 3. Hold on, I'll get back to that. Ian Campbell, this thing's sizing up, looking perfect, a lot of speed, big air reverse. Can he pull it off? Perfect. Air reverse from Ian Campbell.
Yeah, lovely stuff there from our current APB world champion, Ian Campbell. And hasn't he just been an incredible role model and a class act, really? And that's exactly the kind of... When you're a world champion, Manny, there's a responsibility that goes with it as well.
And you know what? He's taken hold of that responsibility and proven so. Every time I send out an email to the guys, Ian Campbell, PLC, are always within seconds saying, here you go. Here's what you needed. I love that. That's true professionalism.
Absolutely. Well, we're down to 15 and a half minutes remaining. Pretty much half time for this current heat in the water. It is heat number 4, round number 1 here at the 2018 Arica Bodyboard Cultura. Of course, it is El Gringo here in Arica in Chile. We're right up in the northern part of Chile. We're only about 7 or 8 miles away from the Peruvian border and around about 200 kilometers from from Bolivia as well. So we're in a nice little corner of the world that has probably got some of the most consistently good waves on the planet.
Yeah, I mean, this place has waves pretty much 360 days of the year. Look at this. Eduardo Guzman, the Chilean, big section and a big invert. Lands out in front, gets projected in front of the wave and lands perfectly. Wow, the young gun looking strong.
Absolutely. Well, you know what, Manny? It's really contagious when someone gets a good one, and with this format, that's going to be even more so.
Yeah.
So once they hear the big numbers dropping, then it's going to be a matter of pushing each other, and this is why we came up with the format to try and raise the level of bodyboarding and to give ourselves a point of difference. Here goes Eda Luciano again, finding some nice barrely ones from inside, and Eda again just twisting out of the barrel. And this has already been a pretty exciting heat.
Wow, Eder, look at this paddle battle going on. Again, priority is one of those things that these riders should take advantage of right now because there are not so many epic waves in these 30 minutes, but with the tide switching, that's definitely going to change. Eder Luciano. And I mentioned it yesterday, when you get into that different level, you just switch on to the top 24 guys. They're going 100% of the time. As soon as they get off the wave, they're getting back out to the peak as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and I like to see that. And you know what? I do a bit of coaching with some surfers back in Australia, and I always say to them, when you finish the wave, put your head down, paddle hard, kick your feet, and show the judges that you want this. I mean, body language is a big thing, as we see White up and riding Miguel
Rodriguez, ton of speed, but nothing there for the young Miguel. Is he young? You know what? I need to check the stats. But Miguel Rodriguez, he is still looking strong. He has a 4.75. Again, the format. There's 3 rounds. The riders are looking for their best 3 waves through those 3 rounds, and the sum of those 3 waves will get them on the leaderboard, and only 16 out of the 32 advance on to round number 4.
Yeah, that's correct. And if you are looking at the stacked app at the moment, folks, you will notice as we see Ian Campbell again driving through that one, getting clamped. You will notice that it's already taking the top 3 scores from this first round. So that will give you a bit of an indication. If you click on the overall results page, you'll be able to find that leaderboard. And and as we get through this whole thing, Manny, I mean, we really won't know until we get to heat number 8, round number 3, exactly who the top 16 will be. Because, for instance, with the interferences, as we mentioned earlier, first infringement, loss of the 3rd highest score. Second infringement, loss of the 2nd highest score. A 3rd infringement, a complete disqualification from the competition.
And you know what? That will definitely keep everybody on their toes, and they don't want to do that because all 3 waves count. So you don't want to lose any of those. And if you go over to the results right now in the stacked app, you'll be able to see that Ian Campbell, the sum of his top 3 waves as of right now is 21.25. So you can look down the scores, but as you mentioned, Tessa, it really comes down to round number 3 towards the end of those last heats.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't think that anyone gets an advantage out of it. That was one of the issues we spoke about at the meeting, the guys who were surfing towards the end of the heat. Also, some of the issues with the guys, they mentioned that, some guys might have morning heats and some guys might have afternoon or low tide and high tide heats. But the way that Craig Haddon, our technical director, has composed the draw across the 3 rounds, everyone will get a chance to surf in the morning, and it's a very even playing field as far as all the factors are concerned.
Yeah, I mean, this format is looking pretty solid. I'm stoked, and especially it's gonna work in these types of conditions where it's pretty much a wave of consequence. El Gringo, Flopos, as everybody knows here, is one of those waves where super consistent, heavy, barreling, ramps, it's all there, and this format is perfect for that.
Yeah, and also with Arica, the fact that it's pretty much perfect every day, that really helps too, because the judges have to adjust their scale accordingly. And what they're doing, Manny, is they're just focusing on, they're not looking at the whole round or even the 3 rounds. What they're doing is they're just judging each heat for the potential that is in that 30-minute period. So that helps us keep the scores in check. Right across the 3 rounds, and thankfully we got Chico Garitano and the world's best judges here at Arica, because we need good judges to we're going to use a format like this.
Yeah, and it's almost pretty much a reset per heat. The judges have to okay, let's clear it. This is a different heat. This is a different set of conditions. Let's judge on that, and they've been on point.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they've kind of been doing that in a way across the years anyway, but now what they need to do is really focus on it. And this is Ian Campbell, who is in the lead at the moment with a 7.75 and a 7.25, and really what it is an opportunity here, folks, to just showcase the top end, the high performance side of the sport. And I hope you're enjoying the action here, folks. It is day number 3, of course, of the Arica Bodyboard Culture World Grand Slam.
Teza, oh goodness, look at this stacked heat. Heat number 5's coming up, and that is a pretty epic showdown. Heat number 5.
Yeah, Pierre-Louis Costes, of course, from France. We have Dudu Pedro from Brazil. Mike Stewart, I mean, he doesn't need any introduction, does he? And Semi Moritino. So we got the 2 Hawaiians, a Brazilian, and a Frenchman coming up in heat number 5. That's next.
Oh, my goodness. So right now, Teza, just to bring everybody on board and you can be part of this, shout-outs. I'm going to post some, but first, it is Eduardo Guzman. Nice, clean roll. I mean, it's going to be interesting. The rolls are going to be in that, that almost too comfortable maneuver. The judges want to see the flips. They want to see ARSs. They want to see big moves. So these 5-point rides, yeah, it'll make a difference in, the bottom 13, 14, 15, 16th placing towards the end. But if you want to be comfortable as a rider, you want to do big moves on the big waves. That's it.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. I mean, if you look at if you look at a maneuver list, up the top of that maneuver list for the best moves you can do to get the best scores would be all the technical stuff, combinations of air maneuvers, I mean, obviously ARSs, inverses, coming out of the pit, backflips out of the pit, it's all about high risk surfing. And, I'm so glad that we're going in this direction because sometimes I feel that with your regular tournaments, whether it be surfing, bodyboarding, stand-up paddleboarding, whatever, rewarding the 2 best waves can also reward mediocrity as we see White up and riding here. So Miguel Rodriguez sets it up, and unfortunately, those right-handers, they can be really hit and miss, Matty. Sometimes they offer a good ramp, and sometimes there's just nothing at the end.
I saw Mike Stewart just walk across our foreground, and yeah, that's going to be exciting to watch.
Did he have his game face on?
Oh yeah, he was looking down. He was making sure that he was ready. He looked good.
We're just so stoked and so privileged to have an icon like Mike Stewart still on the World Tour. There he is, the crowd going wild for Mike Stewart in the background, and they love this guy. Who doesn't love Mike Stewart? He's an absolute legend of the sport, as we see again. Ian Campbell really using his priority cards wisely. Look at this, sitting in the pit, and somehow didn't come out of that one because he looked like he was pretty well positioned there, Manny.
I think he may have stalled a little bit too much as he's trying to get as much tube time as possible. Eder Luciano up and riding.
All right, so this is Eder Luciano at the moment. Eder's top score is a 7.25. Ian Campbell's top wave is 7.75. Eduardo Guzman with a 6.35. And Miguel Rodriguez, part of the Peruvian team, with a 4.75. So, again, go to the website, folks, www.stackedapp.com. That's STACT, and download the app, and you'll be able to charge it. Pierre-Louis Costes just walking past as well. Oh, did he ever mean look on his face?
Oh, man, this is pretty exciting. Again, it's not about advancing in these first 3 rounds, going from round 1 to round 2 to round 3. These first 3 rounds is part of the new format that we got rolled out here in Arica, and it's about getting the best wave. And you still have that game face because you're going to go out and try to get those solid waves to be able to get the most points. And I did post something right now on Facebook. We want to bring you in, give some shout-outs. But, of course, Sebastian Kreft, the Chilean, has this thing tuned in from 5 o'clock saying, where is it? It's right here, brother.
Yeah, so, nice one, Seb. He loves his webcast, and he's a great rider himself. So great to have you on board, Seb. Nice one, buddy.
So, yeah, go to APB Tour Facebook page, and that's where you're going to find the post. Comment below where you're tuning in, at what time, and we'll give some shout-outs as some of the comments start coming in.
Yeah, nice one. We're going to have to create a nice little where you at graphic, I think, to just put on your phone so we can throw it up every day. So, Ian Campbell, 7.75, setting the pace. Eder Luciano, 7.25. Eduardo Guzman, 6.35. Miguel Rodriguez with a 4.75. There's right now 5 minutes, 5 minutos to go.
Wow, your Spanish is getting better.
Poquito.
Yeah, here we go, out the back. Nice, clean scoop under the barrel. Can he come out? The Peruvian, Miguel Rodriguez, pretty much a repeat of what Ian Campbell did on the previous wave.
Well,
holding the brakes a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's right. And it's all about using your priority card wisely. I mean, Sammy Martino came up to me earlier and he just was kind of picking my brain. Great to see Sammy. I mean, firstly, he got the World Drop Knee title, of course, last year in Sintra. And what an incredible moment that was. I mean, he just exploded like a volcano, man. There was so much emotion in the guy. It was so cool.
Yeah.
And he's a lovely kid. He went back to the Hawaiian Islands where they had a big party for him and stuff. And then he thought to himself, you know what? I want to prove it. I want to prove myself prone as well. He's a damn good rider. He came to me this morning. He's looking really fit and focused, and he asked me all the different things that all the different things that he should focus on using this new format. So one of my suggestions to him was, I said, Sammy, just use the priority system wisely. You don't need a lot of waves. You only need maybe 2 or 3 waves maximum in the heat. In fact, you could probably sit around and just get the single best wave if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So hold priority. Don't get too toey. Don't think that you need to, turn your waves over as regularly as you did in the previous format, because we're in a whole new world here in the World Grand Slam.
Or is he going to receive an invoice from Terry McKenna's Competitive School Academy?
So good, man. I'm happy to give anyone a bit of advice here, but I think it's very straightforward. And as we said, we want to try and get, guys like Morales from the Canary Islands, the young kid. Wow. We want to try and get, Jake Stone and all the guys that are incredible free surfers around the world back onto this world tour. I think that the fact that surfing, the 2 best and just the grind, the daily grind that it was that you had to go through on the regular tour is it's a job, and sometimes going to work is not all that much fun.
Yeah, no, I mean the guys in the top 24, they get to ride at least 3 times right off the bat in the new format. And the trialists, they're stoked because they get to ride 3 times too in the main event. So
yeah,
it's a win-win for the trialists and the top 24.
Yeah, that's right. And for those people at home, of course, we have a 2-tiered World Tour system at the moment, very similar to the WSL, I guess, where we've got a championship tour and a qualifying series. Of course, ours is called the WGS, or the World Grand Slam. And our qualifying series, we refer to that as the Quest Series, or the qualifying event series. So yeah, it's a new format. We're rolling it out this year. Of course, none of the events on the Quest tour will count towards the World Championship this year. They'll simply act as a qualification for next year's riders to join the World Grand Slam.
Oh, amazing. I'm stoked we got it laid out. Now we have a stepping stone for riders that want to get into those top 24 spots. And, of course, the top 24 don't want to give it up either.
Absolutely. So at the end of the year, the top 10 will drop out, and the top 10 from the qualifying series will go up, and the bottom 10 will fall out. So right for now, we're looking at around about 2 minutes remaining. Ian Campbell again setting the pace with a 7.75. Ed Luciano 7.25. Eduardo Guzman 6.35. And Miguel Rodriguez 4.75. I'm only leaning towards these top single scores, Manny, because, I don't think that anything else really matters. I mean, heat by heat, it's really just a one-wave. It's a one-wave scenario. Of course, you know what could happen here in this format, Manny, is we could get to round number 3, and someone that thinks I haven't got a chance of making a 16 could get like 3 9s in one heat and skip up into the 16.
That's the thing. Again, the new format here in Arica and on the Grand Slam Series World Tour for the APB. It's the first 3 rounds of the main event. It's about getting the best 3 waves through those first 3 rounds. I'm kind of excited about it. Here we go. Up and riding. Miguel Rodriguez. Eduardo Guzman. Big air.
That's more like it. So nice move. Big move on a smaller wave. So again, judges will look at all the factors in that one. It was, technically a really nice ride. Here goes, of course, Miguel Rodriguez, and the Peruvian sets it up with a nice little barrel through the inside. Looks for something on the end. An unrewarded sort of finish there for, unfortunately, for Miguel Rodriguez. We saw Joshua Kirkman in an earlier heat. He got a big, long, deep tube ride and ended up in literally about 1 foot of water on the rocks. Yeah. And he just stood up and held his hands up there to say, what sort of a joint is this?
I went down to the reef just to check up on him and get a little insight on what is happening out in the water. He did mention there's a long period between the good waves, but that wave you just talked about, he did hit the reef. His shoulder, I think he ripped one of the rash guards. But this place is a wave of consequence, hands down.
You betcha. Okay, so Ed Luciano using his priority on this one with around about 10 seconds remaining. But it looks like Ian Campbell will scoop the top score in this heat with a 7.75. Ed Luciano with a 7.25. Eduardo Guzman 6.35, and of course Miguel Rodriguez is, of course, he was looking for some good scores, But that's it for heat number 4, round number 1 here, folks. Hope you're enjoying the action. It is time to highlight our sponsors. We'll be back real soon with more live action from the 2018 Arica Bodyboard Culture World Grand Slam event.
Welcome back, everybody. Manny V here with Terry McKenna, giving you the live feed from the 2018 Arica Cultura Bodyboard event, and it is going off out there.
Unbelievable action here, folks, and it looks like the feedback we're getting from the athletes already is 2 thumbs up. They love this format, Manny, and I think the people at home are going to be enjoyed as well. So let's go out and have a look at what's in the water out here at the moment, and check the lineup here at El Gringo or Flopos. Of course, there's many different stories that are behind the naming of the competition, but I think in years gone by, we always used to tell the story as the 2 gringo guys. I think they want us to leave that alone now. They want to just try to move away from that, and I think that Club Flopos, of course, are more interested in talking about the actual culture of the competition. I mean, it is the Arica Cultura Bodyboard, and what they're trying to do here is to combine the incredible history that goes with Chile. Of course, this little part of the world here has some of the oldest inhabitants in the whole world, Manny. I mean, it goes way back in time. We're going to come back to this, but in the water we got Pierre-Louis Costes from France in the red. This
looks like Sammy Morantino. Look at this right-hander. Looks like it could be shaping up, but no. And if we can dissect that right, if you can take a right, and it's coming in from the right direction, it can actually shape up to be an incredible ramp. But if you get over this little hump, that opportunity is gone. So the riders have to be a little bit more focused when selecting the rights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of the left here, obviously. I mean, the right has opportunities, but for me, the left is the A-grade part of the wave, and the right is kind of the B-grade part of it. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they get good scores on the right, but for me, I think it's all about the left. Pierre-Louis Costes in the red singlet from France. Dudu Pedro from Brazil is wearing yellow. In the white, we have the legend himself, Mr. Mikey Stewart, at around about, what is Mike now, 55 years of age, I believe.
Oh, my goodness.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I want to see Kelly Slater competing on this championship tour at 55 years of age, and then we'll be able to compare those guys together. But at the moment, Mike, I think, is like the best and most senior elite athlete in the world. Can we put it that way?
That would be insane.
Yeah, incredible. And of course, Sammy Moritino is a young guy from Hawaii. He's our drop knee world champion from 2017. And a big aloha to all of the guys watching down under in Hawaii. Of course, Shane Lono and all the crew that love their webcasts. Aloha to you guys.
All right. Actually, we do have some shout-outs dropping in from our Facebook post. Live, where we are live. Where you at? Oh. So here we go. Sean Tuttle is tuning in from Virginia. I thought we were going to go to a replay. But Tim Gradwell is also tuning in from Dubai, saying it's super hot out there.
Hey, Timo.
And Jawad is tuning in from Los Angeles. Sam Brown, Sam's dad, is tuning in from Hawaii. Stephen Kirkman.
Aloha, Mr. Brown.
Stephen Kirkman.
Hey, Stevie. Josh hit the reef with his shoulder, mate, but he's all right. Here goes Pierre-Louis Costes. If this format is going to suit anyone in the world, I got a feeling it's this guy, Red Singler from France.
Yeah, I mean, he is known for his backflip. He is Mr. Backflip when it comes to any wave in the world. Here at El Gringo, here at Flopos, or here, or anywhere in the world, he can do a backflip on anything.
All right, so those scores coming through from that first exchange. It looks like Pierre with a 6.0, Mike with a 5.5, Sammy just a little throwaway score, and Dudu holding priority for the Brazilian in yellow. So we go back to a replay here. So this was Pierre's 6-point ride. Nice backflip, and this kid can just dial these up whenever he needs one. And ducks out of that one as we go back to the shout-outs there, Manny V. We got a good crew that are hanging out with us. This is Sammy Moritino fanging down the line and looking for a little something. Again, just unfortunately, that's a replay of an earlier ride there, Sammy. Just an unrewarded finish there for the Hawaiian.
I think he would have been okay not showing that wave. But a few more shout-outs until we get the key to go to commercial. Oh, I guess we are ready. So we do have Dion Mayer, a.k.a. Mumbles, with Eder Luciano to talk a little bit about the new format. So, Dion, where you at, brother?
All right, guys, with me I have Eder Luciano. Eder Luciano, that was a good hit, some solid surfing. The waves are actually picking up and it's getting better and better. You've been embracing this new format, and it seems that you've been loving it out there. So take us through your heat.
Yeah, I stay a little bit confusion in the beginning of the heat because all the time you pedal in some waves to get the scores in the beginning of the hit, you know. And in this new format, you need to wait just the good one. And I stay like 10 minutes waiting my first wave, and when I drop the wave, it's not so good. But I have two good on the medium of the hit and the end of the hit, and a 7-point and a 6-point. And it's okay, it's a new format. Let's see what happens. And let's see the show of the guys in the best bodyboards in the world with surfing no pressure, you know.
Absolutely, we've seen high risk, high reward. Moving on to the next round, you're going to just have to take that same mentality and push through and wait for those big ones. Hold on to that a priority. So do you think a priority is key?
Yeah, I was thinking about to make one wave in each hit, you know. But the condition is not good in your hit. It's very dangerous. You put just one scores, and you have to get the priority to stay waiting for the good one. It's really bad, frustrating when you get the good one, but the wave is not good and you lost the priority in this condition, you know. But let's see what happens for the second and third hit.
All right, great. Anyone you want to give a shout out to back home?
Valeu, galera. Todo mundo aí do Brasil que está na torcida. Vamos continuar torcendo aí pelos brasileiros. Altas ondas aqui. O mar tá para subir para amanhã e depois vamos ter altas ondas e isso aí. Vamos torcer pelos brasileiros aí. Tamo junto. Valeu.
All right, that's it, Manny. Back to you guys.
And obrigado, Eder. He's the thinking man's bodyboarder, this guy. He's always thinking about all the different scenarios that can happen, and we just saw Mike Stewart also getting a sweet little cover-up, Manny V.
That was insane. We got Mike Stewart. I'm sure they got the replay on standby. But Eder talking about it a little bit. Look at this, Stewart. Perfect. This is how you ride a barrel, people.
Is there anyone in the world that spent more time in the tube than Mike Stewart? I don't think so.
I don't think so, man. If there is a barrel on any coastal wave, he's probably been in it.
Yeah, that's insane. Let me just explain something about the interview with Eder as well. Of course, Ian Campbell got a 7.75 in that heat. Eder got a 7.25, but we interviewed Eder because of the fact that Ian actually hit his head on the reef. He's okay, but he's cut his head a little bit. So that's Josh Kirkman, hit his shoulder. And look, it's a dangerous wave. It's a wave of consequence, and that's what makes it really exciting for not just you people at home, but also for Matty and I to commentate, because these guys, as we mentioned, they're not just competing against the guys in the heat or the guys in the round or the guys in the 3 rounds, but the biggest battle here is man versus El Gringo.
That's it. I mean, they all know what's at stake. They know they need to get out there and throw down, but they also know they need to be a little cautious, because this is raw ocean power coming into the shallow reefs of the waves here on Scorpion Island. And yeah, I mean, they just got to be, but it's kind of hard. I mean, do you push the limit, which all of them are totally going to do, or do you think about, oh, if I don't land here, I may land on dry reef? It's pretty tough for these guys.
Yeah, it is pretty incredible, Manny. Look, I had the opportunity to be a commentator at the World Surf League event that preceded this one. No one did a single maneuver in the whole contest. It was a tube riding contest.
Yeah.
And the beauty of the bodyboard contest here, mate, is that the guys are able to utilize the wave a little more by getting both barreled and doing big air maneuvers. So I think hands down this event is more suited towards bodyboarding than any other discipline.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can see it here, and that's why this place is going to fill up towards the, once everybody starts waking up from partying last night. But
yeah, it was. Of course, today's the 7th of June here, and this is an Independence Day 150 years ago. Of course, there was the Battle of the Pacific, they called it, and of course, El Morro, the big landmark right behind us, was like one of the most significant landmarks in Chilean history, I guess, because at one point this land was it was owned by Peru and Bolivia, and there was a battle for it, and now it has become one of the most mineral-rich places in the world. So it was a pretty good score from the guys in Chile.
Well, let's see if PLC can score on this one, and a nice, clean air forward right there. But he did it towards the end of the wave. It was perfectly executed, but it looked a little smaller, not super explosive. But his timing was perfect. You can see him releasing the rail, negotiating those bumps perfectly, and right there, he did get a little bit of air, but solid score possibly for PLC, even though it wasn't a massive wave. We keep going with the shout-outs. Stephen Kirkman in Australia. Shane Gasson, one of my Boog Life patrons, is tuning in. I think when he posted that, it was 11:35 p.m., so it's late in Australia. Nambuka. And then we got Gwen in Brittany, France.
Hey, Gwen.
We got Paula in Madrid, but my heart is in Austria. And look at this, up and riding.
All right, that is Blue. Sammy Moratina looking for something big, beautiful invert there. Lovely style from the young Hawaiian, and we'll get that score into the system.
Kaulana Ahana is in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
I heard Las Vegas is like the 9th island. There's so many Hawaiians that
serious?
That live out there. And we got Daniel in Veracruz, Mexico. Hola, hermano. Michael Warren in Durban, South Africa. Troy's tuning in from NW
from New South Wales. G'day, mate. Troy, pretty late down under.
Wasn't there a big competition there the other day?
I think we got the G-Bar contest is coming up soon. The big Dropney one this weekend. Yeah.
Perfect. We got Ben tuning in as well from Perth. We got Alex tuning in from Brittany. Jean in the Channel Islands, Jersey. He probably knows Radius.
Absolutely.
Craig is tuned in. We got Manuel from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Jason Ricky, Costa Rica. He's always tuning in.
Buenos.
Gaia in Algeria. So thank you all for tuning in.
Wow, how is that? From the 4 corners of the globe, we have people tuning into this webcast. And, of course, well, we're here in Arica, folks. And as we mentioned, it's Chile. And if we go right back into the past, the relationship between the desert and the coastal area of the Great North, which they used to call it, is really cool as we see Pierre setting it up. Oh, yeah. That one is going into highlight reel right there in front of the cameraman.
He almost landed on the cameraman. And shout out to the crew, Cristobal, editing some of the incredible highlights, or the highlights. Look at this. Scooping into this barrel. Dudu Pedra. Can he come out of that? I don't think so. You saw his board go up and over. But Dudu Pedra, he is... he actually did some judging last year, but realized I belong in the water, and
What-
so he changed gears.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the clipboard now. It's cool. You know, Dudu was a judge for us for a long time. I mean, I travelled with him through the big run way back in, I think, 2011 when we had contests in Copacabana, and we went up to Jersey, we went up to Venezuela, remember? And we had a big run throughout that year, and Dudu was on that one. We're super stoked, and we look forward to him coming back into the judging tower. This is the big backflip here from Pierre, and just again, that guy has got those things on a string as we see Mike carving and trying to set up for a little something. Oh, a lovely big looping roll there from Mike Stewart, who is one of the most poetic bodyboarders on the planet.
That's the perfect word. I mean, his riding flows so perfectly. It's just, I think everybody's eyeballs are on the water when Stewart's on a wave. It's just amazing.
It's pure sort of poetic motion in the ocean.
Wow. Sorry, I'm sitting here with the new poet on the APB tour. His name is Terry McKenna. Yeah, he is phenomenal to watch.
All right, so we're coming down to around about halftime in this one, folks. Pierre-Louis Costes, 6.65 and a 6.0. Mike Stewart with a 6.5 and a 5.5. Semi with a 5.35 and a 1.25. And Dudu's only got a couple of throwaway scores. And, Dudu, I mean, the swell, the forecast looking rock solid. The swell and the period is supposed to increase by about 2 feet and 2 seconds day by day, peaking on Sunday at around about 10 feet plus. So we couldn't have written a better script in Hollywood.
This is going to be an amazing show for sure as the top riders start moving forward into the bigger stuff. And do you think some of the guys, what do you see?
Yeah, I'm seeing, are you okay, mate? Okay, we're just having a talk to Ian Stewart, who's got some headgear on. But did you cut your head or what happened? He has to go get some stitches. All right, man. He's going to get some stitches. We're just talking to him live as he walks past. But he's all wrapped up and he's got the headgear on and he's off to hospital to get some stitches. Wow.
He's 100% coherent. So any family members that are watching, Ian Campbell is okay. Just nicked his head. He's going to go take care of that right now. But he's totally coherent and just... I think he's just going to get ready and prepared for the next round.
Absolutely. Listen, along with just the challenging wave that it is and the fact that you got the bricks underneath the water, on top of the rocks, you also have these little sharp shells. I'm not exactly sure of the name of them, but they're almost like a clam shell, and these things are like razor sharp. So it makes it one of the most challenging and confronting waves, not just on our tour, but I think on the planet.
Yeah, I've surfed out there a couple of times. I went out on the bodyboard, on a few events, and it's heavy. I mean, it's just sucking really hard when it comes onto the shallow reef, and if you don't make the drop, you're in like the worst part of the whole wave. And these guys are doing moves in those part of the waves. It's mind-boggling. Here we go.
All right, so we got Sammy Moratino using up his priority. Sammy stalling. Getting a sweet little cover up, but again, these the judges looking for the deep tube rides, combinations of major maneuvers, ideally air maneuvers, and that wave there. I mean, Semi's got a 1.25 on his second best wave, but take us through this one, Manny.
Yeah, I mean, you can see he's trying to get some barrel time right here, and then ends that wave with a roll, but lands kind of on top of the wave. And he'll add a little bit more. So, again, if you're just tuning in, we are rolling out the new format here on the Grand Slam Series at Arica, and it's pretty awesome. But to have a listen to what Teza has to say on how it all works.
Yeah, just in a nutshell for those people just logging on, and very good morning to you, Arica time. And this is the World Grand Slam format. They're 30-minute heats, unlimited waves, best 3 waves across all 3 rounds will count. So 3 of those waves might even come from one heat. Who knows?
Exactly.
This format does not reward safe surfing. It's all about high-risk riding. We're trying to just scribble out the mediocrity that exists within a lot of other formats in surfing disciplines. And the leaderboard, of course, will be displayed in that stacked app right throughout the rounds. We are using a 4-man priority, and we've got infringements that really deter people from from doing anything wrong towards the end, because what's going to happen is you could potentially have guys who know that they're not going to make the top 16, and they could just get in the way and cause problems or try and help their friends out. So we want to stamp that out. If you get an interference, so the first one is the loss of the third highest score, a second infringement, the loss of the second highest score, and if you get 3 infringements or 3 drop-ins in a priority situation, you're going to be disqualified from the event.
Those are some heavy penalties, but they have to be implemented for that reason. So, I mean, this is exciting.
Well, remember way back in 2011, Manny, when we had the Grand Slam series on the old IBA. What happened? I guess we had a couple of fundamental. We had a very similar 3-round leaderboard. There was some big changes. The big differences between that and what we're doing here is back then we used to actually give points for where you finished in your heat, and it also included the top 2 waves. But here we go. Here's Semi Moritino. That's more like it. Semi's starting to loosen up now, and it's really just go out there and free surf the best waves in the world.
Yeah, here's another look at Sammy's wave, and you can see the bottom turn, clean, ARS, perfect, and quick, clean maneuver. It's going to be, one of his top 3 waves for sure. Look at this, a little bit of paddling action out the back. It looks like priority is in the hands with Pierre-Louis Costa's Mike Stewart with 3rd priority. He's taking a look. And 2nd priority is with Dudu Pedra. So in that pecking order, Mike Stewart has to wait to see if PLC is going to catch a wave or Dudu Pedra is going to catch a wave, and then Mike will have the opportunity. But sometimes people with 3rd and 4th priority can still get those big scoring waves without having that first priority.
Yeah,
it's totally
absolutely.
possible.
I mean, it's only an unrestricted wide of wave for the guys that are up on you on the priority ladder. Otherwise, you can take any scraps that they don't want. And here at Gringo, we've seen some of the really good scores over the trials. Many came from the inside waves that didn't break on the outside. So guys with priority couldn't get on until they thought, I'll let this one go. Someone sitting on the inside without priority picked up a nice double up and ended up getting some really good scores out of it. So, there's a million different ways that you can, play this out. A lot of different game plans that you can employ, but I think at the moment it's really about finding the biggest and or best waves and just going nuts.
And again, just to reiterate, it's all about those best 3 waves in the first 3 rounds, and the sum of those 3 are going to get you a total points, and you're going to end up on a leaderboard. That leaderboard, the top 16 advance on to round number 4, and so it's key to keep an eye on the scores that you see on the screens, like the 6.65. That's going to be, one of those scores that PLC may hold on to. Here, look at that. Perfect bottom turn. What? Carving reverse off the top from Mike Stewart.
Just Mike going through the motions there. I guess that's not won't feature in the end of the leaderboard. But if you have a look at the technique on this guy, I mean, this is it's just textbook, isn't it? And just beautiful rail work there, clean transition right throughout the maneuver. So wonderfully executed, but again, probably down in the lower part of the judging scale.
Yeah, I mean, he's just keeping moving. He had that 3rd priority, so. I agree with just move around, stay warm, because if you're sitting and waiting for either PLC or Dudu Pedra to catch a wave, you could be sitting for a ton of time.
Yeah, well, I used to have a little cliche that I used to say to guys that I coach where I said, you know what, you got to find the rhythm of life, man, because in the ocean there's a rhythm with the way the sets come. There's also a rhythm of you paddling, right? There's your heartbeat, your breathing. This is like the rhythm that you need to link into, and I think that sometimes what happens is if you lose that rhythm, you can just fall out of sequence and have yourself a bit of a shocker. As we see yellow, this looks pretty good, Manny.
Oh my, Dudu Pedra coming around this section, a ton of speed and a big ARS. Oh, and it doubles up. You can see him trying to dig his feet around to help pull him around, but he did not pull it up.
And look at where Dudu's going to end up here. He is right on the bricks there because that little double up almost pulled him through. Let's check out what happened here. You can see that lump on the inside of the wave. So nice first part there. The execution was, the intentions were good, just the execution not quite up to scratch.
No, and that wave just took hold of him and shoved him underwater. And you can see he was still underwater as we were watching for, I don't know, a good 3-4 seconds. It's just rolling him and ragdolling him. Luckily, he didn't hit the reef. Look at this thing. PLC pulling back, and it is Sammy Morantino.
All right, Sammy spying out one of these right-handers. Let's see if he gets the ramp on the end of this thing.
Nope.
Well, he had a little look down on the end and realised that it's not worth, persisting with that wave. So we're down to 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Hope you're enjoying the action, folks. It's day number 1 of the Grand Slam, the main event, of course, coming to you from the 2018 Arica Bodyboard Culture. This is the first event. Well, of course, from here we'll be going over with Juliano and again into Itacoatiara in Brazil. And Manny, I'm excited because I went to the event in Copacabana in 2011. I haven't been back to Brazil since, and it's one of my dream one of my dreams in life to go to Itacoatiara. So thank you, Juliano Lara, for allowing me to attend as the technical director and webcast assistant. I just can't wait to get there.
You're gonna fall in love, I guarantee it. Warm weather, cool, awesome vibe, epic people. It's just another great stop on the tour, and they do it right down there.
Yeah,
and you get to wear your Speedos.
I don't think so.
Darn it. Nah.
And then after that, of course, we got an event in Australia, the Kiama Bodyboard Slam, presented by Toby and the gang, and we really appreciate his support.
Yeah.
And of course, after that, the Nazare Pro. So we're still waiting to actually lock in the potential of Fronton. I'm just waiting for the actual confirmation from Danny and the gang up there in Canary Islands to see if it's going to be on this year's World Tour. Right now, we got 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutos competidores.
Oh, here's it Spanish again. I have the Terry McKenna, the Spanish-speaking poet next to me. But yeah, again, it's all about your best 3 scores in these first 3 rounds. My favorite part about the format, we get to see Mike Stewart 2 more times. We get to see PLC 2 more times. We get to see all these riders 3 times perform out here.
And it's great for those guys. I mean, previously we had a non-elimination round at the start so they could come and get at least 2 surfs, but now they can come here and know that they're going to surf the break at least 3 times. That's important. I mean, when you're paying a lot of money to go somewhere on the other side of the world, the last thing you want to do is come and have a surf in 20 minutes and get on a plane and go home.
Exactly. No, this is pretty epic.
And for the spectators as well, you can see your favourite bodyboards, favourite riders at least 3 times. Coming up next, speaking of favourite riders, Antonio Cardoso coming up, of course, from Praia de Norte, and a big shout out to Walter and all the gang watching on from, of course, Nazare. We got Dino Carmo, another Nazare local. Then it's Igor Sanchez from the Canary Islands and Alexander Whitman from Chile.
The wild card.
Coming up next, so that's going to be pretty cool. And, of course, Igor Sanchez, wow, he loves these kinds of waves, and it's going to be interesting to see him in this format.
So we got the 2 wild cards going against a couple of the riders in the top 24. That's going to be very exciting to watch. Again, it's not about advancing on into round number 2 or round number 3. It's about getting the best 3 waves possible in those first 3 rounds. And we'll be saying that over and over again because this is a new format. We want to make sure everybody understands that.
You know what, Manny? Bodyboarding has done some pretty groundbreaking stuff when it comes to formats, and that you think back to 2010 when we had the 4-man priority system. I remember I got a call 3 years later from the ISA, and at that stage it was the ASP, the World Surfing Tour, and they asked us how we were doing it, and then they adopted it. So I mean, there's bodyboarding, like the tail wagging the dog in a sense for some of the high money sports, and so I believe what we've done here, I think that the whole world is going to be watching on, and these guys are going to be thinking, you know what, these bodyboarders, they've done it again.
Yes, and I'm right with it. I love this new format. Just like I mentioned, we get to see him 3 times, and we get to see him not hold back. Oh my! Look at this thing lining up for PLC. Sneaks under the curtain.
Oh yeah!
Little bit of pocket. Gets barreled. Back doors. He's going to come back. He hits the brakes to try to get a little bit more, and roll right into the shallows.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my! Look at this, Dudu Pedra.
And Dudu right behind him, of course, from the man from Brazil, driving it through an incredible barrel, and Dudu Pedra gets a deep throat barrel at El Gringo. Wow, what an exchange.
Back-to-back deep barrels. Let's take another look. PLC sliding in, and you can see him just stalling, spreading his legs, hitting the brakes. He wants as much two-best time as possible, and you can see him. He didn't get spit out with speed, but he stalled, and that set him up perfect for a roll in the very shallow waters of the reef.
That was incredible. And Dudu's already been in the barrel for a couple of seconds at that point, and then he came flying out. So incredible exchange there between two of the great bodyboarding athletes here on the APB World Tour.
Sammy Morantino all by himself taking a look at this one. Left-hander, he'll pull back.
That's a loss of priority, I'd say.
I think PLC and Dudu may be on the inside, but we don't
I think Mike's out there. Is Mike out there?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, Mike's got priority. There we go.
Okay.
They just announced that. So, again, a little priority there from Sammy Moratino. He's only a young guy and he's learning. And this is how you learn about stuff like priority errors on the World Tour. But hold the phone. Sammy Moratino going for this one.
Oh, my. This thing could be shaping up. A little bit of airdrop. He totally goes around the section. Probably a smart choice because that thing would have shut down anyways. Sammy trying to look for something. And he, you know what, that probably was maybe a turning point for him as far as getting that priority back in his hands, because now he's at the bottom of the totem pole.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great heat. 35 seconds remaining. Buenos dias, muchachos. Welcome along. It is, of course, day number 3 of the Arica Cultura bodyboard, and it's celebrating, as we mentioned, not just the history of the sport, but the history of this incredible remote area, the sea, the warrior culture, and the power of the waves and the bodyboard culture all wrapped together.
Taking a look, paddling into this with 15 seconds. Mike Stewart's going to use his priority, and here he is dropping in. And look at this thing lining up for Stewart. Is he going to hit it? Oh, goes for a reverse.
Mikey. Well, he's going for it. That's the main thing.
Just a little bit too early. That thing didn't shape up for him, but he did go for it. And, yeah, this is exciting action going down here.
Absolutely incredible stuff. So lots of big scores, lots of high-impact rides. And, well, don't go anywhere, folks, because we're going to be coming back with more live action, of course, from El Gringo right after this. Stay with us.
Wow, welcome back to the 2018 Arica Chilean. It's nuts, 9.25. I can't even think that barrel was incredible, Manny. It was mind-warping.
Dudu Petra has the highest score of the day, but a big shout out to one of our sponsors. Pretty sick flexibility. I'm sure some of the Peruvian guys, this is one of our sponsors, Chimu. Check them out online. Let's get out in the action. Welcome, everybody, once more time. This is Dean Mayer, Manny Vargas, in the Arica Cultura bodyboard event here in, or just off of Scorpion Island, out in the water. Look at this heat. We got the 2 Portuguese going against the 2 wild cards, Antonio Cardoso, Dino Carmo, Igor Sanchez, and Alexander Whitman. This is going to be another stacked heat. Again, if you're just joining us, we do have a new format that we are rolling out here at the Grand Slam event here in Arica, and it's pretty epic. I love it. One of the key points is right out here, and this is what we're pretty much gonna go for on the Grand Slam tour, the first 3 rounds in the main event. So have a look. It is all about making sure all these riders put everything on the line, and you can see that they're gonna look at how controlled your maneuvers are and how explosive and big they are. Also, they're going to take a look at the innovation and the technical riding that you are bringing to the table and how you put these things together as far as the combinations are concerned. Multiple aerial maneuvers, and that's what they want to see. Big backflips, the inverse. They want to see the air forwards, the big air reverses. It's all about going big on every single wave. So let's get out of the action, and this is it, live and direct from Scorpion Island. So, Dion, what do you think so far of this new format?
Oh man, I think it's incredible. It's high risk, high reward from the get-go, and we've seen since the first heat that these guys are really embracing the new format. Still struggling a little bit with it, but I think after the second round, it'll be pretty spot on. And this last heat of Mike Stewart, PLC, and Dudu, it was incredible. It's just so good to see Mike at 55. That's Antonio Cardoso.
Ooh.
You know, Mike at 55 still busting and looking for those sections and just showing everybody how to ride a barrel.
That's it. I mean, Stewart making it look super easy. I love it. I love seeing Mike Stewart on every single wave, and we get front row seats along with you tuning in from all over the world. And I did post something earlier. I don't know if there's more comments on it, but if you want to shout out, now's a good time to do it. And if you are also watching live, you can actually have see the live score, see the leaderboard in the app called Stacked App. It's our fan app and the scoring system we're using here on the APB World Tour. Check it out, stackedapp.com. You're going to be able to, follow your favorite riders. You'll get notified when they go out in the water. You'll get notified when the events they're doing are starting. Stackedapp.com. Statistics, it's all in there. And live scores right in the palm of your hands. Here we go, up and riding. Antonio Cardoso once again. Nice, clean, deep barreling, comes out clean. Oh, if you're gonna get barreled, you want to finish off these waves with a clean maneuver or just a clean ride out. But pretty sick though.
Yeah, good barrel, nice deep pocket riding, and it's just, you can feel that wave just pushing up and a lot of energy this morning. But yes, Manny, you want to come out clean. You want to just come out clean and not look like you just flopped it. So the judges would rather prefer a clean exit back into the back line and take it from there.
One of the first criteria is controlled.
Absolutely.
I mean, you just want to be controlled through the entire wave. So Antonio, he would have been fine riding that off, but I don't know if they're taking points off, but you just want to make sure you're in control the entire time. Look at this. Looks like could be something. Dino Carmo from Playa del Norte Nazare has a ton of speed. He's going to hit the brakes. He's going to pull in, but getting sucked up and over. He will not come out of that wave.
Yeah, getting sucked over on that one. It's big. It's getting bigger since this morning, Manny. I must have jacked up a couple of feet already. Conditions looking prime, and hope it stays like this so we can continue with this amazing action.
And that's it. I think once the tide starts dropping and turning, you're going to see a lot more bigger maneuvers. You're going to see a lot more air time for sure, and a lot more barrel time. Everything is just going to get better as the tide starts changing. Look at this. The wild card, the Chilean, big, clean bottom turn comes around that section, and not much there.
Yeah, not much there for him, but he got a lot of airtime and a little exit, which is quite fun. And you can also see the guys enjoying themselves, and they're actually putting everything that they have on every single wave. And I think this new format is promoting the sport to its full extent.
Taking a look at some of the heats that are lining up and stacking up out in the water right now. We do have heat number 6 of round number 1, and we have heat number 7 of round number 1. Sorry. Oh my goodness! Antonio Cardoso launching a huge air reverse, but he got pushed into that one little section where it's so hard to complete.
Yeah, let's look at this, man. A lot of speed off the bottom. An oncoming section and bangs a perfect rotation, but unfortunately that white water just freight training him and it just cannot hold on. And we've seen it in the earlier heats as well. The guys are struggling to hold on because a lot of power because now they have to go full out there. I almost said something I wasn't supposed to say.
No, I mean this is incredible format where the riders I think are starting to figure it out. They're so in tune and so used to the get your 2 best waves, advance on. But the new format has to they got to restructure the way they're thinking through these heats. Where it's all about the best 3 waves in the first 3 rounds, and they're going to put everything on the line on each and every single wave. Not that they don't. But now they got to use the priority and wave selection, super crucial.
Exactly. Just as with what Teza mentioned earlier when he had a chat to Edo Luciano, where Edo said, like, my job is to get 2 waves, listen to the commentators, and now all these guys have to change up and change the way they approach the waves and approach their surfing as well. And that's great. It's great because now we've seen high risk, high reward, some high scoring points, and it's just a viewer friendly. It's amazing.
Big shout out for Alex Leon, CEO of the APB Tour, for having the cojones to do something new, try something innovative, and something that it's great for the viewers, great for the crowd on the beach. And we're gonna have this only on the Grand Slam Series because the waves that are on the tour, on the Grand Slam Series, warrant and make this format something enjoyable. So quick shout outs right now before the next sets roll in. Shane Gasson loving the new format, tuning in at late at night. Hello from Portugal. It's 3 p.m. And yes, maybe I should get a Pastel de Nata sponsor.
Oh my goodness, yes please.
And then we got Troy, New South Wales. Oliver Ross McDonald watching from Cornwall. I believe, Oliver, are you a Boog Life patron? If you don't know, I have a podcast, booglife.com, and if you're not already listening, it's $1 a month. Check it out. All right, we just got word. We do have the interview ready, but coming up right now, it is Alexander Whitman on the left. He's going to get it into the barrel. He's going to come out. No, he tries to slide.
He's actually coming out there.
Oh, and he does. He does
held
make
on
it
for
out.
dear life on that one, Minnie.
You don't want to go nose first in the shallow part of that reef. And we may look at the replay before we go to the interview. Poncho, what do you got for me as we're tracking the geese? All right, so he's yelling in my ear. I could not understand him. I think he was talking Moroccanese. Up and riding. Antonio Cardoso dropping in on this one. A lot of speed coming around that section, and look at that, a big invert. Lands out in front of the wave and kicks out. So solid, sick wave right there for Antonio Cardoso.
Yes, let's look at this quick replay from Alexander William. A nice, good barrel. Holding on, getting through the doggy door there, Manny, and you know what, the judges will like that. It's high risk, and Dino Koma, he's just loving this place right now.
Yeah, on this right, looks like he stalled just a little bit for a spin. Then it's shaped up right here. Goes for a nice ARS. He'll pull it off, so not bad for Dino Carmo. Definitely be his best wave so far. So it looks like we do have the interview ready with Dudu Pedro and Yo. Where you at, brother?
Thanks, Manny. Thanks, boy. I'm here with Dudu Pedra. He was the best score on the last hit. Agora estou aqui com Dudu Pedra, o melhor score do último hit. Dudu Pedra, it was 9.25. Tell us about the action. How's the wave? What's the wave like at the lineup?
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm just waiting for this wave in this new format. You have to go the really good ones, and I wait a lot. I think I got these waves in the last 5 minutes. I don't know. And I'm just saying with God, please give me this wave, and finally it's come. Yeah, I'm really stoked. I have a 9 something, and now be concentrated for the first rounds to get another 9s or 10s or 8s, I don't know, to keep going.
Dudu, you have a big experience riding waves. Tell us tell us your opinion about this new format that APB is bringing to you guys with the best wave of the heat.
I think it's really good for some place, you know, place like El Gringo that is really good, but in another place, I don't know. We have to check. We have to leave this format to know really dangerous, because sometimes you can go to the water in a bad time and don't get the scores you need to advance, you know. And I don't know. We have to try.
How do you feel to keep going on the next hit?
Yeah, I'm just concentrate to get to the big scores, you know, the 8, 9, I don't know, and we are in El Gringo. We can do it. Yeah.
Very good. Well done. If you want to tell something that everybody that is watching us at home.
Queria agradecer a galera que está assistindo. Minha esposa talvez deve ter parado tudo aí para ver. Marradão, obrigado pelas orações, obrigado pela IBC, meus alunos, família, não sei. E a estratégia foi essa, foi pegar uma onda boa, eu consegui. E agora, próximos rounds, ver se consigo fazer mais algumas notas dessa. E o mar vai subir, então acho que vai dar. Valeu.
Thanks, Dudu, for this 925. It was a spectacular show. I'm both with you bikes on the book. Gracias.
Dudu looking very strong right now. A 9.25, I believe, is that what they said. But man, he has a high score. Again, it's the best 3 scores through these first 3 rounds. Up and riding, Dino Carmel.
Dino Carmel looking solid. Nice, good line, high line. Goes for the... Look at that flip, man. He perfect flip, and he's still going... Here we go. So once again, high risk, high reward, all the way to the bank.
Yeah, that's going to be definitely one of his highest scores right now. Again, it's not about advancing from round 1 to round 2. It's all about getting 3 solid scores. And look at this thing shaping up for Igor Sanchez on the right, but closed out on him on the shallow reefs on the right. So we've had a few injuries so far, but nothing too major. That's what El Gringo, a.k.a. Flobos, will do to you.
Absolutely, Manny.
Can do to you.
It did. So, yeah, Ian Campbell, he's just getting some light medical attention. He's happy. He's keen to get back into the water as soon as possible, and he wants to continue competing. So it's all good news there. And with Alex Aranga, I'm not too sure what happened there. This is, again, Antonio looking really strong this heat. A lot of speed, looking for that barrel. There he goes, gets a barrel, holding on. Here we go, clean exit. Good scoring right there, Manny.
Right where he bailed, it was just surging off of the reef, and luckily he's okay. But man, that was a deep one. Backdoor 2 sections on that one, and he comes out. Antonio Cardoso, I think he's still riding that high from that win in Nazare in his backyard back in 2017.
He's definitely a force to be reckoned with in 2018. And the one thing that I like about the tour, as we look at this replay, Manny, perfect line, gets around that section, sneaks in, and just puts the pressure on the nose with a lot of speed, and bang, it comes out clean. But that's that same section where I think Ian Campbell hit his head, and it's extremely shallow. Look at this replay again from Igor Sanchez,
one of the wild cards. He's from the Canary Islands, but now living down south in Chile with his lady Paloma Fregen. They believe they have a bodyboard shop down south, and have a school down there as well. But yeah, not a bad place to come. Hermano Castro, he lives down in Antofagasta now. He's like, I talked to him, he said, yeah, ton of waves, and the main point is there's a ton of good waves and not a ton of people.
That is correct, and it's good to see these guys being able to make a living out of bodyboarding and giving back with their schools and their surf shops. So this piece of land called Chile is one phenomenal section. When it comes to bodyboarding, I struggle to find words to think about it, and also different countries that can even compete with them, Chile. So it's crazy. The culture here is booming, and it is phenomenal. And talk about booming, Manny, when are we going to get that golden boom out, buddy?
That's right. The golden boom is on standby, and I'm only going to bring it out on 10-point rides. And so far, Dudu has come the closest. But I mean, it's going to happen. Somebody's going to get a 10-point ride, especially with what the forecast is showing.
Yeah, what's it going to take? I mean, if there's anything to go by, it's going to be incredible. So everybody, stay tuned, get that Stacked app, make sure you've downloaded it, make sure you're following wave by wave action, and Manny, myself, and Tez, and Yo-Yo, we're going to bring you the best commentary that we can, wave by wave, so we not miss anything. And again, apologies about this morning, but that's how it goes. And right now we've got Antonio Cardoso just keeping busy. Let's see. Nice little A forward there, Manny.
Wow. He is looking very strong right now. Antonio Cardoso, given the wave, he's going to be able to put up those big numbers and add to his, 3 best waves through these first 3 rounds. I'm loving it. I mean, it's all about getting those 3 solid waves. I think I posted something a while ago. Did I do some shout outs already? If you haven't already posted a comment, give me a few seconds. I'm going to read a few more shout outs and then I'll put a new post. Just want to give some shout outs to everybody who's tuning in. And Jesus is tuned in again from Key Largo. Mike Stewart, exclamation point, like 5 times. Manuel, Buenos Aires. And Jersey, Channel Islands, we got Jean. Michael, Durban, South Africa. Oliver, Cornwall, UK. Frederico in Portugal, Pastel de Nata. Kevin Opie in Lomita, California, the South Bay Bodyboarding crew. Manuel Velez in Portugal. We have Nuno, also from Portugal. So the Portuguese are pretty stoked right now. I wish I can explain in Portuguese how the new format is running, but we'll have Juan Santos describe that later. Alexander Whitman, he had priority. I'm really shocked that he even went for that kind of wave. If you have priority with 11 minutes, wait it out. You got 2 more rounds where you can get 2 more solid scores or 3 more solid scores. So I'm all about having priority and waiting for the best wave in this new format.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And in this format, priority is key. It is key. You have to hold on to it, and you have to use it when the time is right. With 11 and a half minutes to go, a little bit premature, and I think that Alexander would be a little bit upset about that decision he just made.
Yeah, I think everybody's got to rethink how to approach these heats, especially with the new format. And you know what? I got to give a quick shout out to Chelsea Carter, who's in Philadelphia, and all her crew, and as well as Steve Action Jackson and the whole East Coast posse. Action Jackson working at Homegrown coffee shop in Manasquan. I've been spending a lot of time in Manasquan just because it's an hour and a half, the closest beach to Philadelphia. But yeah, the Homegrown coffee shop. If you want to see Steve Action Jackson, I don't know his schedule, but go check him out. Go say hi. And if you want to know anything about bodyboarding, he's the man up and running. Dino Carmo slides under the pocket, gets barreled, comes out. He looks like, gets his legs hit a little bit, throws him off Kinder, and he kicks out of that. And riders paddling up and over.
Yes, I think he was looking for that second section, and that's why he was stalling. Look at this wave coming over. I would like to see the split pick action. Maybe if we can get a replay on that, that'll be great. Yeah, so guys, head down to old Steve Action. What a legend and such a nice, humble guy. And apparently he makes a mean boo.
Yeah, I think he's got the mochas down for sure.
That's for sure.
Okay, out in the water. Heat number 6 of 8 of round number 1. Up and riding. Alexander Whitman with 3rd priority coming around that section. Goes under the lip, punches through the lip, goes for a roll, comes around, and not much there. And I'm going to see if Poncho can get a wide shot of what we see here. Don't know if any cameras are capable of that right now, but no sé si tienen una pantalla grande del reef del gringo aquí. Si tienen. Whoa, Poe just ran by with one of those breather, like, altitude thing. I don't know what you call them.
It's an oxygen restriction mask.
Oh.
So when you're doing cardio, it limits your oxygen intake. And now that we're on shout-outs, a big shout-out to all the big rigs. Happy birthday, my man. And all the South Africans watching today. Get behind the boys, and it's a little bit quiet, and the guys asking for the situation down on the beach.
No, pero no sé si el Pancho podemos mirar para mirar todo la ola, todo el reef, todo el gente para mirar y hablar sobre el reef. Pero sí, está bonito aquí. All right, looks like Alexander Whitman third priority. Igor Sanchez has that priority. He has about 8 minutes. Igor, hold on to that. Just wait for that perfect wave.
Yeah, and Igor is such a wild card on the waves. Incredibly good.
All right, taking a look. Second priority, it is Antonio Cardoso.
Yeah, Antonio, man, on fire. A little bit of speed check into the pocket, coming out there nice and cleanly. Hooks a quick little forward spin and bangs out. You know what? That is really skillful tactical riding from him. He's under priority and he's just keeping busy. Look at this bomb. This is Igor Sanchez. We just spoke about him. Let's see what happens. Gets in the barrel. Unfortunately, it's pinching a bit there on him, and I don't know. Yeah, definitely not making it out of that. But Antonio Cardoso seems to be on form this year.
He's talking to the watermen at the photographers out in the water. Giving a shout out. And man, the two highlights from the trials that have been dropped are incredible. Cristobal, one of the competitors, Cristobal Fernandez, actually edited, stays up late, competes, stays up late, and edits pretty epic highlights. Here we go, up and right. Bailing out as it looked like there was not much there for Alexander Whitman. So, Dion, let's talk about what the riders are choosing as far as the cores and stiffness of their boards.
Well, I think with the rising swell and with the moderate temperate water, I think the guys will be going for something that can actually handle the landings and actually has a lot of pop. So maybe a medium type of a stringer, or they will actually go for potentially a bit of a stiffer board to be able to get a lot of speed off the bottom turns and to be able to sit inside the barrels a bit longer. So that's where my thought process is going. I know that is kind of Jared Houston's plan right now. I had a quick chat with him, checking on his gear, and I think that's a little paddle battle. What's happening here? No, nothing.
Fourth priority, Alexander Whitman taking a look, and not much there as he saw that nobody else was going to paddle for that wave. Woo, so again, the first 3 rounds of the main event, it's all about getting the 3 best waves. If you haven't already done so, download the Stacked app at stackedapp.com. It's on Android and Apple. Go to, once you have it open, go to the live scores, and then you'll see a tab up top, results. And, here we go. What up, people? That's our little booth right there.
And our vegan sandwich man just arrived.
El Moro in the background and big, beautiful pan. All right, here, we're going to come up to the reef right now. Look at that. That is a beautiful shot. Look at this. Dino Carmo around this section. Little bit of a short circuit right there for Dino Carmo. But back to the Stacked app. If you get to the live scores, you'll see a tab for results. Go click on the results. And here we are, a couple more lifestyle shots. This whole area is going to be packed, given another hour or so. And for sure, when the waves are pumping, it's going to be fully packed. Look at El Moro in the background. This place is incredible. So, but yeah, this is the results. If you get to the results tab in the Stacked app for this event, scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see round 1 results, and that's where you're going to see the leaderboard for now as we are getting things together to show you on screen. But right now it looks like Ian Campbell, his best 3 waves so far in this first round, puts him on top of the leaderboard. It's pretty amazing to see, and it's all going to come down to round 3 and those last few heats. That's when those bottom 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th place, because we're only taking the top 16, cutting this field in half to advance on into round number 4.
Yeah, that's correct, Manny. And the paddles are going to heat up. Those guys are probably just testing the new format in the first round, seeing what the judges are looking at and what the criteria is. And as we see at Dino Coma letting go of that one, probably not the worst decision. But it's going to come down to the wire, like you're saying. The round three with the rising swell is going to be something to watch. And I reckon there's going to be a couple of booms coming out.
Christopher Corona, what's up, brother? Tuning in from Claremont, San Diego. And things are shaping up right here for the leaderboard round, as, again, it's all about your best 3 waves in the first 3 rounds. The top 16 on the leaderboard go into round number 4. That's when they go head-to-head in here in Arica, and that's going to be very exciting to watch too.
Right, 3 minutes ago.
Uh-oh.
Holding priority is Igor Sanchez, and on this one, little right-hander, Dino Coma. Let's see, dragging the legs, man. He's waiting for section, releasing the rail. Now he's gunning down the point. What's going to happen? There's nothing yet. Nothing yet.
I felt the wind just leave from everybody's chest as nothing shaped up for Dino Carmo, and you get that a lot. You get these riders dropping in, and all of a sudden they're going like 100 miles an hour, and then everybody's waiting, anxious, and then either the crowd erupts in a cheer or just and all the breath just leaves your body.
Yeah, definitely.
So yes, welcome back everybody. And I mean, sorry, not welcome back, but if you are just tuning in, we do have the new format out in the water. And Igor Sanchez and Antonio Cardoso splitting the peak. Antonio dropping in, finds another barrel, clocks in another barrel, and he comes out with the barrel. Oh my goodness, he was in there for about 5, 6, 7 seconds, Antonio Cardoso. But at the very end, he could not ride it all the way through. Look at this. It is Dino Carmo hitting the brakes, and he will come out. I believe he did a move on the end of that wave, but a pretty incredible wave exchange going down between the two Portuguese. Paddling very hard, Igor Sanchez. No, sorry, Alexander Rothman could not pull that off, but wow, that was pretty incredible.
Yeah, man, that was incredible wave exchange. That right-hander from Dino just went all mutant on him. I just peered over the rail, and that lip was insanely thick. And Antonio Cardoso, I said it before, I'm saying it again, he's a man to watch. He is absolutely firing, and he's firing in this heat, and this is lovely surfing by the young man.
Yeah, so again, it's all about the best wave. Oh, best wave right now. And it looks like we were...
Yeah, so this heat coming to an end and not much happening right now. A little bit of bump happening. And here we go. Alexander Whitman up and riding on a right-hander.
Oh my, this thing is going to shape up for him. And there it is. And eject button. And again, just all the energy just releasing out of everybody's chest as nothing shaped up for him right there. But again, this is about round number 1, 2, and 3. It's going to be coming down to the wire once we once we get down to it. Man, I love just being able to look around and seeing the crowd and seeing the wave. It's a full-on stadium here. It looks like we do have yellow. Nope, taking a look and pulling back. We got about 30 seconds. Here's another look. Yeah, that was a replay that we just saw. And yeah, I mean, it's just it's so beautiful here. And it looks like we may have some paddling going on out the back. Yeah, it looks like, oh no.
Dino Carmo just letting that one go. And not a bad decision because it's just closing up all the way around him.
All right, Dion, it looks like that is the end of the heat. And Antonio Cardoso looking strong. His highest score, 7.25. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be back with more action right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Manny V here with Dion Mayer and Mumbles. Man, it has been going off all day.
Oh, what can we say, Manny? El Gringo is starting to show its teeth. It took a couple of days to wake up, and I'm sure everybody would, after these next couple of days, want to rather to go back to sleep because it's going to get wild.
Yeah, I know. And out in the water, we do have an incredible stacked heat. Again, I mean, all these heats are pretty stacked. But again, it's not about going from round 1 to round 2. It's about having those first 3 rounds and getting the best 3 waves in those first 3 rounds. And that is crucial, and a whole different way of looking and attacking each heat out in the water. We have Roberto Bruno from Brazil, Louis Finnegan from Australia, and Sasha Damianic in white, and Joshua Toledo in the blue jersey. Oh my goodness! Oh, Sasha's stoked, and he comes out of that barrel, clean roll, rides the foam ball into the channel, and kicks out. Oh, that was a pit.
Manny, what's it going to take for the guys to be water detained today? That was incredible. That barrel heaved up, he got through that section, and he rolled through it. Incredible riding, and my eyes are just getting absolutely treated from what we are watching right now. This is amazing, amazing place, amazing experience. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome for joining us to the 2018 Arica Cultura Bodyboard Festival at Scorpion Island in Arica. Manny Vargas, the legend, helping us and making sure everything is good with them Stacked App. So guys, make sure you download Stacked App, make sure you have it on your phone. You can follow each heat, each score by score, play by play. You cannot ask for better. That is an absolute industry and game changer. And a big up to the guys at Stacked. And back to the action here. We've got a jam-packed heat. Roberto Bruno, Louis Finnegan, Sasha Damianic, and the trials winner, Joshua Toledo.
And it looks like Dudu Pedro clocking in one of the highest scores of the morning, but that's only one of 3 scores. I mean, he can come back, have that still the highest score, but if he doesn't follow up with 2 more solid scores, that could, keep him out of the top 16 to advance on. You need 3 solid scores, and anybody who thinks that they are out of the event after round 1, they got to rethink everything, because they got 2 more rounds, and they can get 10-point rides on the next round, and go straight to the leaderboard and advance on with the top 16.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not over.
If you don't have a good heat, I don't think they'll be too panicked, because they know they can make their way back into the leaderboard. But you have to show that consistency. If you lose out and you get that high scores, such as Dudu, I'm only using his scores as an example, that you got that 9.25. Your next heat, you're only getting a 3s and a 2s. That's not going to help your situation. So you have to show the consistency as well. Look at this A-frame, Manny.
Oh my goodness. Woo! I can just feel the power coming into the shallow reefs here at Isla Alacran, Scorpion Island. Woo! It's pretty amazing. It looks like it's getting a little bit more people here. It is a holiday, and I'm guessing people are probably still sleeping from a all-night bender that they may have had last night.
Yeah, the entire Arica is probably having a minor headache this morning.
So 1880 is when the Chilean forces took over El Moro, the last stronghold to claim this part of Chile from the Peruvians and the Bolivians. And there's some, through the generations, you're still going to have that animosity, but you know what? We're at 2018, and I think everything still is smooth and mellow. But just celebrating the Here we go, out the back. It looks like red coming around the section, in and out, Roberto Bruno.
Yeah, Roberto Bruno not getting much on that, and the judges will not be scoring, I suppose, but that doesn't matter. He still has ample time in this heat, and he's got old Louis Finnegan. What a funny character.
Oh man, the yoga master himself, Louis Finnegan. He is he's super fit, super flexible, and that definitely helps him doing those big maneuvers and landing perfectly. I mean, all these guys on the top 24 are physically fit, and the cardio is out of control.
Yes, and that core and cardio are crucial for these guys. A lot of them are working on their cores and the cardio, because we all know bodyboarding is very core specific and it's heavy on your lower back. So the stronger your core is, the more chances you have of not being injured.
Obviously, you and I haven't been doing that. We've just been eating like pigs.
Oh my gosh, I have to go on a crash diet when I get home, like immediately.
Yeah.
Might just charge me for extra luggage on the plane.
From your belly?
Yeah.
They've been treating us well here, and we've been eating like kings and queens. And I need to slow down a little bit. And it looks like it's hard to, because the food is delicious.
It is delicious, Manny, and loaded with great carbohydrates at 8 o'clock at night, so it's the last thing you need, and desserts. So, but thank you very much, and thank you for the Union del Flopos for really, really showing us how good this event can be, and it's been smooth and it's been phenomenal since we got here.
30-minute heats, 22 minutes remaining, and look at this, Louis Finnegan paddling hard. He's going to make it to the bottom, and comes around this section. Is it going to line up for him? He's got a high line. There he goes. Oh, and he bails out on the inside, and the crowd just feeling it as well.
Once again, that mass exhale of emptiness. He had so much speed on that wave. Just unfortunately, it just seems to be going a little bit flat on them, and not pitching as much. And then they don't have that section to hit with all that speed. And we've seen with the Jacob Romero that was a couple of years ago. When you have that speed and that section is showing itself, it's party time.
Woo-woo. Sasha Damjanic right now with the highest score in this heat, but not in the event, not in these rounds, the main event again. Here's another look at Louis Finnegan. I didn't think he was going to make it in, but look at that, just enough to get over that edge, come around this section, and it looked like from this angle it was going to shape up, but he saw something different.
Yeah, he saw something different, and I think it was maybe the weight just ran away from him, and it pitched way too far, so he couldn't get that second bottom turn in just to go up and hit the lip. And we all know that he's a very capable rider, and he loves the big stuff, Manny. I think he's one of the guys that will find his stride when it's even double the size.
This wave caters to a lot of the top riders on the tour, because they love the big stuff. And I mean, this wave is pretty amazing. Even we'll get Mike Stewart flying over to make sure that he's a part of it, because that's how good this wave is for bodyboarding.
Yeah, it's incredible that Mike is still at his age of 55 and he's schooling some of these kids. The amount of experience he has, and you and Tessa did speak about this, but it's difficult to even think of another person that has more barrel time in their lives.
Up and riding, we have Joshua Toledo up and riding with a ton of speed coming off the bottom, looking for a section, and there it is, a nice air reverse, and that was epic. Quick little claim before kicking out. It was on a smaller wave, but that was performed perfectly, and he is stoked.
Yeah, just look at this, man. High line, drops down, there he goes, in the speed pocket, perfect section, perfect timing, in the flats, and thank you for coming.
He almost pulled it around all the way in the air, so it looks like we do have the interview ready with Yo-Yo and Antonio Cardoso clocking in one of the highest scores of the day so far. So, Yo-Yo, where you at, brother?
Many thanks, Dion. I'm here with the best score of the last hit, Mr. Antonio Cardoso. Antonio, aí, bom dia, tudo bem? Aí tu já fez sua primeira bateria, sua primeira apresentação no Gringo. Fala um pouquinho para a gente que está lá em casa, como que foi essa ação aí no line-up do Gringo?
As ondas estão perfeitas hoje, o céu está um bocadinho mais do oeste, mas vê-se mais rampas, e então eu tive aquela sorte de apanhar aquela rampa para a esquerda, mas não consegui completar o reverse, mas consegui depois um tubo, que foi a minha melhor nota, um 7,25, já não me lembro. E é isso, estou feliz por passar a bateria. Este formato também é interessante porque permitiu-me fazer muito mais ondas e libertar-me mais no free surf. E é isso.
Tell us something. How do you feel about the new format with these conditions, with this lineup? You guys are trying for first time a new format that probably will push the level of the athletes to the next level.
Yeah, now I'm speaking in English. This format is really cool for all athletes to bring a show on these first rounds, and we want the highest performance here in the event, so this is gonna be sick. I'm really happy to go through my first round with a good result, so I'm counting this 7 already, and I hope I get more lucky and have more be more calm on the next round, because now my mindset is already on this format.
Alguma, there's something that you would like to tell everybody at home? Alguma coisa que você quiser falar para a gente lá em casa?
Quero mandar I want to send a big hug to all of you who's watching this amazing event, and quero mandar abraço para casa muito grande para todas as pessoas que estão a assistir, e obrigado pela força, pelas mensagens, e estamos aqui a representar Portugal, e muito obrigado pela vossa força. Obrigado.
Muito obrigado por sua apresentação, Antonio. Thanks very much. Antonio, it was 7.25, the best score of the last heat, and we go back to the booth with Manny and Dion. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, big congratulations. One of the higher scores of the first 3 rounds right there from Antonio Cardoso out in the water. Look at that, 8-point ride for Joshua Toledo and a 7-point ride. Those are 2 solid scores going into round number 2. Again, top 3 waves in the first 3 rounds is what these riders are after. And Joshua Toledo, an 8 and a 7, super strong, super solid for the Chilean.
Yeah, man, he's making good work of that, and his scores are showing that air reverse was phenomenal. Good riding, read the wave really well, and justified 8 points. But again, what's it going to take to get that tenner?
That's the thing, where the Golden Boom is on standby. It's all frizzled up in orange paint, but I mean gold. Actually, it's pure gold.
That's why it's so flaky, right?
But the Golden Boom will come out if there's a 10-point ride, and it's just on standby as the fly is eating a little bit of my sandwich. Let's cover that up. But out in the water again. This is heat number 7 of round number 1. Heat number 8. Oh my goodness! But first, Joshua Toledo dropping in. Oh, it looked like he just got shut down, and the lip just smashed him in half.
It seemed like he just visited the guillotine. That thing chopped him in half, man. And wow, he's making it back slowly. He should be hurting a little bit on that one. Yeah, Manny, tell us a little bit about the next heat. Heat number 8. Wow. You should rather talk about it because that's
Jared
insane.
Houston, Maxime Castillo, Tanner McDaniel, and Manuel Cepeda. That is another stacked heat. That's going to be pretty fun to watch, so make sure you don't go anywhere. We're going to come up in about 16 minutes, maybe 17 minutes from now. Heat number 8, the last heat of round number 1 is coming up, and that's going to be another one. Again, you're not going to be seeing the riders advance. You're just going to be see them in a different heat with different riders for round number 2, and the same thing's going to happen for round number 3. It's, again, best 3 waves, first 3 rounds. That's what it's all about right now.
Yeah, I love this format. I love the fact that these guys can get to surf so much more now. And the heats are stacked. Every heat's basically a final. Bang, bang, bang. And it's just, it's insane. It's insane. So the top 3 scores being your scoring rides, and then that will take you through to the next round. And so your top 3 scores will count. And it's just crazy. We've seen it now. We're gonna see it moving into round 2 as well, and I hope we can still run round 2 today because this is way too exciting. But we know the swell is increases. This is Roberto Bruno, Manny. What's he gonna do? Nice invert into the flats.
Nice clean invert right there. He's holding on. Oh, he's right into the shallows. Watch where he stands up. El cámara con, sí. Look at the shallow. Look how shallow it is. Oh, he's just going to get rolled off of that into right there. His board is hitting the reef. Now he's in the channel. Roberto Bruno. Solid invert. That was incredible.
It's insane how this wave just breaks literally on the shore, on the rocks, and it's incredible how these guys are just holding on, desperate to hold on and to show the judges, I have control, and then they eject and hope and pray that they don't hit the bottom.
Oh, man, we already had a couple injuries. Everybody's okay. Just making sure that, safety is number one. We want to make sure everybody's okay at the end of the day. But, man, when you're putting everything on the line, whew, kind of intense.
Yeah, it gets very intense. And big thank you to the Water Patrol, the medics on standby, making sure that the riders are safe, and as soon as anything happens, everybody is on it. And as we saw with Ian, and I think it was who was the other competitor that got injured?
You know what? There's a handful of them, and a lot of them are getting scraped right at the top of their foot from the reef as well, because on the rocks there's these sharp barnacles that are just chewing you up.
Yeah, talking about barnacles, Antonio Cardoso was actually standing here before his interview and he pulled a piece of barnacle out of his finger.
Oh my gosh.
The blood just came gushing. He just had a good laugh, and cool, well, I had a good surf. So current situation in the water with Joshua Toledo leading with an 8-point and a 7-point ride, sitting on 15 total. So his two scores will put him right up there. Roberto Bruno with a 6.35 and a 1-point ride. Sasha Damjanic with a 5.5 and still needing that second wave. And Louis Finnegan hoping he can get some good scores. I'll never count Louis out. And he only has a 3.25 and a 1-pointer. So combination, if it was a different format, then he would have had a lot of work cut out for him. But this is non-elimination. It's 3 rounds, top 3 scores count. And then from there on, we move to round 4, semis, finals. And I love this format. This is fantastic, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is the best part. I've said it before, but the best part for me is to be able to see the top riders 3 times, no matter what. You're going to see them in round 1, you're going to see them in round 2, and you're going to see them in round 3. And I think round 2 is going to come around, and they're going to figure it out and say, oh, I see what's happening. So they're going to go even bigger and harder and use that priority more as a key component on this type of format.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like what you mentioned earlier, and if we can touch on that a little bit, is that this format only applies to the GSS events and also wave specific as well. So this is probably the best wave to have this format on due to the type of wave that we have. So in your opinion, moving into Brazil and different types of waves, this is a reef break. Brazil's a beach break, but it's hell of a wedgie. And can this format work in a beach break scenario as well? But hold that thought. This is White, Sasha Damjanic.
Oh, backdooring this section. Is he going to make it out? No, it looks like it's going to shut down on him. So Sasha trying to get a deep barrel, but cannot make it out. But I'm sure he probably got some good footage from the water photographer and water videographer sitting in the channel. Dropping in on this one, Joshua Toledo.
Again, Joshua looking on point, going for a lovely F4, a lot of projection on that small wave. Just shows you how powerful this wave is. Even these little insiders give you so much speed, and that's a lot of pop for an F4.
That was pretty sick. Joshua's looking very strong right now with 2 solid scores. He has nothing to lose right now, and only everything to gain. So. He's going to get back out there with 3rd or 4th priority. And for the next 10 minutes, if I was Joshua, I would just wait and stay steady and probably wait for the biggest wave, because he can walk away with the best scores of the day right now.
That's correct. And you guys can see the leaderboard on the Stacked app. Make sure you follow, you download, and you use that Stacked app. It is an amazing piece of application, and you can get it on iOS and you get it on Google Play. There it is, the Stacked. Scrolling down, everything you need.
Yes. Stacked app. And you get statistics, results, event info, and it's all in there. You can follow your favorite rider. You'll get notified when they have a heat coming up. You'll get notified when your favorite event comes up. And a shout out to all the bodyboarding schools out there, or the organizations. If you have a school, you can actually use this as a coaching device as well. Just run mock heats, and then you can use the statistics in the app to help you train your athletes. It's pretty phenomenal.
All right, Louis up and riding. Finally on a good-looking wave. Had a slow start, getting around that section. Not much, giving him a little bit of ARS, and then back in the channel. I think he will be a little bit frustrated, Manny.
Yeah, in 9 minutes though, but he lost that priority. That's the bummer part. I mean, 8 minutes can zip by or slow down for Louis. But the last heat is walking out in front of us. We see Manuel Cepeda. He's like 6'2". I don't know how he does it out there. Here we go. Quick little check, turn into a reverse. Joshua Toledo now having fun out there. Looks like it may shape up for something on the inside. Look at that thing just getting bigger, and it is shallow right there, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder if he hit the reef, but bailing out and getting sucked over. The whole crowd just went, what?
He seems all right. Thank goodness. Yes, this next heat. Manuel Cepeda, Tanner McDaniel, Maxime Castillo, and Jared Houston. Oh, my goodness. And Sasha Damjanek up and riding, Manny. Getting around that section. Can he get a good little barrel? Goes for the backslip.
Oh, there's no way he's going to pull that. What? How did he get that thing? He's going to kick all the way onto the dry reef. Look at that. Rode that thing. He's going to stand up. It's going to be like ankle, knee deep. Oh, he's still getting scratched up. The bottom of his board is taking most of the hit on that. But that is the sheer determination these riders have. And I don't know how they're going to score that, though, because he never really got in front of the whitewash. And I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
His knuckles would have been shredded to pieces.
Yeah, that pure commitment right there. Commitment that he wants to show that he has control. He wants to bite to the criteria and showing that he has control. He came off a good prediction off that flip. So, you know what? Well deserved. And I think he's just keeping busy and also getting that feel out for the new format, Manny.
Again, Joshua Toledo looking strong, coming from the trials with Isaias Reivik, the Brazilian. Those two guys were on fire in the trials, and here they are. Look at this, another look at that freaking inverted backflip right there. That was insane. Sasha riding that thing all the way to the dry reef. That was it. That was pretty intense.
That's pretty intense. And I know we're talking a lot about the new format, but it's just critical for everybody to understand something new like this. As we look at this replay from Joshua Toledo, this is the one where he bailed out and just got sucked back over. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. I would not want to be in his position, Manny. I guess that's why we're over here today.
Yeah, that's right. 6 minutes remaining in this heat number 7. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is the new format on the Grand Slam series here on the APB World Tour. And what the riders are all focused on is catching 3 incredible waves within 3 rounds. Non-elimination rounds in the first 3 rounds. It's all about getting 3 solid scores. Here we go. Louis Finnegan up and riding.
All right, Louis going at it, looking for that section, goes for the nice flip, gets it back. That should improve him a bit. I think it's his best way so far this morning.
Yeah, guaranteed. That he's trying to better 4.5 as his top scoring wave. Here's another look. It's perfectly ridden. I mean, it's all about hitting the lip on this wave, and he finds it and goes into a nice flip, spins it around, and calls it a day on that one. So definitely a solid run. It'll be one of his top 3 for sure.
Yeah, there we go. 6.15. All right, there goes Jared Houston making his way to the back line.
I'm digging the new haircut.
I dig the new haircut, and that actually looks quite good. I mean, on him as well.
It's all the colors from the local tribes from around this area all in one, and it's pretty sick. When you go up into the mountains, you see more of those flags. But great job on Union Flopos for thinking through the details. Everything from the design and just bringing the bodyboarding culture together, and that's why it is called the Arica Cultura bodyboard event here in Arica. It looks like paddling up and over. Looks like there could be something on the horizon. 4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, and again, it's all about the top getting those big scores. Oh, Joshua Toledo on this left-hander. He's going to get the speed. Here he comes. A section could be lining up for him, and there it is. Goes for an invert, and he pulls it off. That was pretty cool. Just nice floating air, lands softly, kicks out. Pretty sick way for Joshua. He's just having fun now.
He's just having fun, man. Let's look at this. Lot of speed. Right here, he puts it into first gear and he goes. A little bit of a bump going up and then just didn't tweak it as much, but a lot of projection, perfect landing, and just bombs out. Great riding by young Joshua Toledo. And once again, he won the trials yesterday, so he's a man to watch out in this entire event. Judging by he's 8 and he's 7 right now, he's definitely in contention.
I'm going to say Joshua is probably going to jump ahead of Ian Campbell after that last wave. Ian Campbell is on top of the leaderboard right now with a 21.50 as his total combined 3 scores in his first round. And I think Joshua might get right up there with him as well. Sorry, 21.25. So, yeah, the leaderboard, you can see it on stacked in the results. Scroll down and you'll see results at the bottom. And just click on that and you'll see all the riders' top 3 scoring waves.
Love this format.
Yeah.
Love this event, and I love the riding that's going down.
You know what? I'm going to throw it up on Facebook right now and just let them know. I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think of the new format so far? And what you expect from it? Let's try that.
Yeah, let's try that. And the one thing for me, Manny, is, and that you have mentioned, is the fact you can see the top guys surfing 3 times. You know, usually they seeded through to round 4, round 5, or whatever the case might be, and you know, you only get to see them surf conservatively during the heats. Now this is all or nothing, high risk, high reward, and this new stadium format, or the new scoring format, is fantastic. And we've seen it with Joshua. We've seen it with Ian Campbell. We've seen it with Adudu Pedra. Big scores. Here's Louis. Good looking right-hander, that's for sure.
Oh my. This thing is shaping up. This thing is shaping up, and there it is. Tweaks his invert, lands perfectly, and he cuts out of that. So Louis Finnegan, that's going to be a great follow-up, and that will definitely be one of his top 3 waves for sure.
Yeah, he waited 28 minutes for that one, and I think he went on the right-handers 3 times. Look at that, a lot of speed, gets on the nose, perfect hand placement, nice projection, split legs into the flats. Thank you for coming.
I don't think you could have hit that lip any better, but look at this thing. Oh, Roberto Bruno pulling back on that one.
All right, another good-looking wave out the back. Let's see any takers on this one. Oh, no, man, just peer over and you'll see it's closing out throughout the bay.
Not much there. Nobody was in position for that one.
Negative. All right, so tell us what you think about the new format as we see Sasha Damjanic paddling for this one.
Oh, boy. 1 minute, 18
like
seconds
a
remaining.
goodie.
Here we go.
All right, up and riding, Manny. What's he going to do? A little bit of frost monster happening here. Nothing much.
A little bit of mistiming right there. That thing could have been something big, but once he got to the bottom, it just got too white watery, too frothy. So he's going to make his way back out into the water.
All right, Louis getting that 6.4 for that innie, and I think he'll be happy with that. With less than a minute to go, these guys are... oh, Joshua again, Manny. Another wave. There he goes. Look at that.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Nice clean barrel, and he comes out with the spit, rides the foam ball out onto the face. And Joshua Toledo's on a different level right now. He's pretty much throwing all the cards down on the table, and he's coming up all aces. Look at this.
Yeah, it's incredible. Holding, just dropping his legs. As you can see there, wanting to maximize his barrel time, and that little spin just shows I'm just here having some fun. He's done the hard work yesterday. Now he's in the fun time. He gets to serve 3 more times like this, and you know what? I love watching this kid.
That was amazing. Joshua Toledo probably having the best round of everybody in this heat. So he will definitely, most likely, get into that first place spot on the leaderboard. Here we go, split peak. And Roberto Bruno trying one last chance to get it. Oh, and he's going to come out. And he comes out and does a little bit of a flop roll. But not a bad deep barrel for Roberto Bruno. That was pretty amazing. What a way to finish.
That's what we call a buzzer beater, Manny.
That was pretty sick. We're going to roll back with more battles live from the Arica Cultura Bodyboard World Grand Slam event here at Isla Alecran. Oh, and wait a second. Looks like, oh no, he's coming in. So, yeah, I think we're going to hold off before going to commercials, and we're going to watch Louis Finnegan's wave, I believe. No, the replay of Roberto Bruno. Look at how deep he is.
So deep. Look at that. You can see the shadow coming out perfectly. Not much of a section for that roll, but still well awarded. Here we go. Louis one. I want to see what he's doing here. Perfect. Little cover up. Little bit of a roll. Maybe another section, Manny, but I doubt it.
3.5 for that last wave of Louis Finnegan. But again, we are going to roll into heat number 8 of round number 1. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are coming to you live from Arica. Tess McKenna just giving Manny Vargas a little whirlwind break after what's been an incredible start to the day here. Day number 1, of course, of the Grand Slam event here at the Arica Cultura Bodyboard event. It's the first event on the Grand Slam Tour. My name's Tess McKenna. Joining me, of course, is my very good friend, Yo-Yo. How are you, brother?
Very good, Tessa. Very happy to be here again. It's been an amazing day of the main event. You know, boys are on fire. We've been having an amazing performance. Buenos días a todos. Aquí estamos un poco de habla hispana. Hemos tenido un primer día excelente aquí con los tops, ¿no? Con el evento principal hemos tenido increíbles performances. Y estamos aquí ya para llevarle toda la acción a quienes nos asisten de habla hispana. También aquí con mi amigo Tessa McKenna, una de las leyendas vivas de lo que es el deporte olas para ustedes. Así que muy felices de estar una vez más aquí en este increíble evento. Tessa, incredible conditions, new format. Something that has been amazing, and everybody feel very confident with this kind of format of APB.
It's working very well so far. Heat number 8 is in the water. Let's go out into the lineup and have a look. We've got some great waves coming through in this one. So heat number 8 is in the water. Jared Houston, South Africa. Rojo, Maxime Castillo from France is in yellow. Tanner McDaniel in the white singlet from Hawaii. And Manuel Cepeda from Chile in blue.
Yeah, when we just having action from Manuel Cepeda, ahí estaba Manuel Cepeda ya en su primera maniobra de Antofagasta, que ha tenido un increíble trial, ha sido uno de los grandes nombres de este evento de este 2018. Manuel Cepeda is being one of the biggest name of this 2018. The boy from Antofagasta is performing amazing on these conditions. So let's see what's going to happen with this new format and Manuel Cepeda. And here we go with the replay. It was not Manuel Cepeda on action. And Las condiciones están así, chicos. Manuel Cepeda, que ha tenido un trial increíble, está aquí tratando de demostrarlo todo. Ya con un nuevo formato, los riders están dándolo todo. No tienen posibilidades de mostrar un surf más relajado, un surf más afianzado a lo que son las condiciones de la ola y a tener un high score. Ya estamos con 25 la reciba, 25 minutes remaining. We already start with the action, and the first score is going to be Manuel Cepeda with 6-5, Tessa.
Yeah, that's right. So 32 riders in this World Grand Slam format, and 3 non-elimination rounds. The best 3 scores will count across all 3 rounds, and then after that, we'll take the top 16 into a man-on-man. So everyone surfs at least 3 times. It won't promote safe surfing. It's more attractive to the free surfers. We want to see guys like Nick Gornell and Jake Stone, Mitch Rawlings, and even Elliot Morales from the Canary Islands to come along and be a part of this new format.
Es así, muchachos, cuando estamos acción ahí, teníamos a Tanner McDaniel, el hawaiano, uno de los jóvenes de lo que es el top de la APB, muchachos, el más joven, y ahí estamos con acción. Atención, muchachos, nos vamos con Peto Rojo, y ahí nos fuimos con acción de Peto Rojo. Él es Jared Houston, está llegando ahí a la sección para buscar la maniobra. Vamos a ver si Jared, y nos pueden ver ahí Jared volando, no consigue completar. Este era Jared Houston, que está increíble. Y como decía Terry McKenna, el nuevo formato de los 32 riders, esto está sin eliminación. Cada rider tiene 3 hits para demostrar lo que es el mejor puntaje. El top 16 se mueve al man-to-man, ¿no? O sea, los 16 mejores. Y todos van a surfear alrededor de 3 veces. Muchachos, esto es una nueva apuesta que está teniendo APB para así mostrar lo que es la calidad de los riders, ¿no? Para que ellos tengan 3 oportunidades de mostrar su surfing y sus mejores maniobras. Nos vamos ahí. Here we go with the action, Tessa.
All right, so Tanner McDaniel, the young Hawaiian. Oh my goodness, that is a spectacular tube ride. Big shout out to Dawn and, of course, Mr. McDaniel over there in Hawaii. So here's the replay. Tanner just driving through that beautiful tube, yo-yo.
Yeah, ese era Tanner McDaniel, el hawaiano, muchachos, uno de los más jóvenes del top de la APB. Tanner McDaniel, que está teniendo mucha confianza con este nuevo formato. There you can see the riders they have more confidence. They are like more relaxed, to show the real abilities and the real talent on the waves.
Okay, so while there's a break in the action, we're going to throw it over to Manny Vargas, who's talking with Yoshi Toledo, the winner of the previous heat.
Oh my goodness, this kid is on fire right now, but Joshua Toledo from Chile is throwing down the big cards in this first round. Joshua, las olas, how are the waves?
Oh, está muy buena. La marea está subiendo un poco, pero la ola es tan grande, es tan perfecta, uno de los mejores eventos y bueno, esperar un poco más para seguir adelante y con todo.
All right, he says the waves are big, they're perfect, and with a little bit more water, it's going to be turning on, and he's going to keep going full on. What do you think of the new format? ¿Qué piensas del nuevo formato?
Bueno, el nuevo formato está súper entretenido, hace que agarre un poco más de confianza en la ola y poder tener un mejor puntaje durante todos los hits que estamos.
All right, so yeah, he says that there's more opportunity to get more big scores, but right now he's sitting on a pretty large, pretty epic 3 waves. And any last words before? I know you wanted to say hi to your family.
Bueno, quiero mandarle un saludo a Alison, que me está mirando ahí, y a Tomás. Y bueno, un saludo a mis auspiciadores, los que están ahí apoyando de un principio. Y gracias por hacer posible este viaje y espero poder seguir el tour para adelante. Así que muchas gracias y un beso grande, mi amor. Chau.
All right, congratulations one more time. Back to the action, back to you guys.
Isn't he turning into an incredible talent here from Chile, Yo-Yo?
Well, we were expecting less for the 2 times world champion ESA. We'll remind that Joshua Toledo is coming from the city of Iquique. It's called the land of the champion. And he's bringing an amazing performance with this new format, Tessa.
Yeah, it really suits guys like Yoshi Toledo, who really goes out and free surfs a lot of his heats. At the moment, it looks like Tanner McDaniel, 7.5 on that last wave that we saw. Manuel Cepeda with a 6.25. Jared and looks like Maxime Castillo. Maxime is waiting for the priority as we see up and riding Manuel Cepeda.
Y atención ahí la gente de Antofagasta, que el muchacho de la cúpula está dando un performance increíble, Terry.
Oh, that was spectacular stuff from Cepeda. And he's a Antofagasta local, yeah.
He's Antofagasta. He's from the south area of Antofagasta. He's someone that in the national media is not a new name, no. He was just waiting for this moment that is right now. He's been on fire in the trials, so we were not expecting less than this from this amazing rider that is Manuel Cepeda, one of the new Chilean faces that is trying to be on the top and around the world eyes of everybody.
All right, well, this is our brand new WGS format, folks. 32 riders, 3 non-elimination rounds. The best single score from all 3 rounds counted up to come to a 3-wave tally out of a possible 30 points, of course. The top 16 will move into the quarterfinals as we see a huge backflip. Oh, my goodness. Is he going to ride out of that? Would have been spectacular from Tanner McDaniel, but just the landing yo-yo getting a little tied up in the suds.
Y lo que decía el gran Terry McKenna es que durante los últimos años de lo que es el performance de los riders en la competencia va a ser algo diferente, ya que los competidores están buscando una mejor ola, una mejor presentación. Y esto es lo que hace que el deporte, que la modalidad llegue a un siguiente nivel con performance, con puntaje de 9, 10 puntos ya que hemos tenido esta mañana. Los riders han demostrado que el nuevo formato de APB está funcionando de una forma increíble, espectacular, lo que es el espectáculo de olas. 19 en la regresiva, Tessa.
All right, so around about 19 minutes remaining, and this is heat number 8, round number 1 of the tournament. Of course, you're watching day number 3. It is the Arica Bodyboard Culture World Grand Slam event here in Chile. Of course, from Chile, yo-yo, we head off to Itacoatiara in Brazil, and from there it's down to Kiama in New South Wales and finishing up in Nazaré, possibly Fronton. We're still waiting to confirm that event.
Y como decía el gran Terry McKenna, desde aquí nos iríamos a el evento de Itacoatiara para así pasar a Newcastle y después para finalizar en lo que es Nazaret, una de las olas más espectaculares de estos últimos 10 años. Nazaret nos estaría entregando una etapa más del Grand Slam de riders de la APB World Tour.
All right, well, those scores are in at the moment. So Tanner McDaniel with a 7.5 and a 6.25. He's leading the heat, but again, this is not a regular heat, yo-yo. It's not about getting the 2 waves anymore. In fact, you know what? A guy in round number 3 who didn't get any good waves could get the 3 best waves in the last heat of heat number 8, round number 3, and go into the 16. So that's what makes this format so interesting. You can explain that to the people in Spanish.
Ya, y así todo el mundo que nos escucha en casa, lo que les queríamos contar es que este nuevo formato con 3 presentaciones de cada riders podría hacer que con 3 resultados, con 3 notas buenas, los riders salten automáticamente a lo que es el top 16, a los top 16, para así estar en un formato de hombre a hombre y nos estaría dando un nuevo performance, nos estaría dando una nueva calidad de presentación de lo que son los riders en este 2018.
All right, so we're down to 17 minutes on the clock. We've got a big crowd here today, yo-yo, because today is a very special day in the history of Arica.
Sí, bueno, queríamos ante todo dar... Bueno, vamos ahí con la acción. Antes de eso, nos vamos con Maxi Castillo. Atención ahí, muchachos, que tenemos a Maxi buscando el high score. Y con un increíble aéreo 360. Maxi Castillo tenía su presentación aquí en el gringo, muchachos.
Wow, Maxime Castillo just going for it. Let's check the replay, and you can see him just waiting. He waits, and then he hits and releases a lovely rotation completed in the air, and that's going to be a pretty good score there for the young Frenchman.
Y lo que hablábamos con el gran Terry McKenna es que los competidores están buscando una nota, un resultado, es una ola la cual tienen que elevar para sumar puntajes. Y ahí tenemos a Jared, campeón mundial acá de la APB. No lo completa, es Jared Houston Tessa.
Well, he almost over-rotated in that. It was almost like going for a kind of an inverse, like the like an invert into a reverse, but here's the replay. So this is kind of a new maneuver, and then you can see him trying to twist around in the air, just getting a little hung up, but that was very special stuff there from the former world champion Jared Houston.
Y ahí podían ver, muchachos, en casa el campeón mundial de la APB. Estaba mostrándonos cómo está proyectándose lo que es la radicalidad de las maniobras. Podíamos ver que el invert tenía un movimiento diferente, el cual era una maniobra progresiva que estaba presentando Jared Houston para encontrar esa mejor nota. Y hasta el instante tendríamos como mejor nota la de Tanner McDaniel, un 750, que sería la que lideraría esta presentación de los 4 riders en el lineup de Flopos.
All right, well, we're just waiting for those numbers to drop from that exchange. I hope you're enjoying the action, folks. Of course, it's the 2018 Arica Bodyboard Culture World Grand Slam event here in Chile. We're in a beautiful place called Arica, which is right up the north end of Chile, not too far from the Peruvian border, and a couple of 100 kilometers from Bolivia, as we see a big bottom turn to stall. Lovely. You can see the style of Mike Stewart in the young man, Tanner McDaniel.
Ahí teníamos al pupilo del gran Mike Stewart, muchachos, que está on fire con la mejor nota del hit. Y cuando hablamos, mira, teníamos la repetición, Terry, de Tanner McDaniel. Ahí you can see with the style, the prodigy from Hawaii is showing why Mike,
yes,
is giving the legacy to this boy to follow as one of the best in the world, no?
Absolutely, and I remember when he picked up Tanner McDaniel as a 14-year-old. Tanner went and served pipeline in the trials one year there, and he really charged it. Mike actually paddled out with him, and funny to just see the style of Tanner McDaniel there, really looking like Mike Stewart.
Tessa, something that you were mentioned before, we are on a special date, and we would like to congratulate the city of the Eternal Spring, Arica, because it's the anniversary. Estamos hoy día de aniversario aquí en la ciudad de Arica, y es el cumpleaños de la ciudad de la eterna primavera, muchachos, porque el 7 de junio is one of the most important dates in the city. Today it is not a national holiday, it is a holiday only in the city of Arica. Today is 7th of June, the city of San Marcos de Arica, it was funded. So, estaba fundada lo que es el 7 de junio la ciudad de San Marcos de Arica. Estaríamos en su cumpleaños y estaríamos celebrando eso, así que un gran abrazo y unas felicidades a lo que es la ciudad de la eterna primavera, en la ciudad de Arica, que tiene esta increíble ola del Flopos ahí, y que lleva todos los años este espectacular campeonato. Así que it was a big congratulations to the city of the Eternal Spring, ¿no, Tessa?
Yeah, we love this place here, and thank you very much to the Arica Municipalidad, of course, and all the people that made this wonderful event possible here on the APB World Tour. Okay, so we're coming down to the wire now. Around about 13 minutes remaining. Again, Tanner McDaniel, look at him pulling under the lip of that wave and then flipping out the front. I mean, this kid is just an acrobat. He looks like he belongs more in the circus.
Yeah, y hablando de acrobacias y el circo, acá teníamos el circo con el sudafricano Jared Houston, muchachos, atención, que este vuela y este sabe volar, y ahí teníamos Aerolíneas Houston, que nos están dando un espectáculo increíble. Jared is still not getting into the rhythm, he's still not finding a good score. He's been trying an amazing movement, but he's not landing the maneuvers that he's looking through.
Yeah, that's right. This is Maxime Castillo again getting locked into that one, but Jared Houston flying up into the stars. Houston, we got a problem.
Así que decíamos ahí con Houston tenemos problemas porque Jared no está aterrizando las maniobras, así que Houston, atento que Jared no está encontrando lo que es la sintonía con el lineup de Flopos, muchachos. Faltan 12 y 20 en la regresiva cuando teníamos a Tanner McDaniel con una mejor nota de 7.50, y eso era lo que importaba en este hit. Ya no importan las dos mejores notas, no se trata de construir un puntaje que te lleva al siguiente round, se trata de encontrar una nota de mayor puntaje, encontrar el high score de lo que es el hit, y es lo que está consiguiendo el hawaiano, uno de los más jóvenes de la APB. Ya recordaba Terry McKenna que con 14 años, de la mano de Mike Stewart, lo tenemos aquí con los mejores del mundo.
All right, this is Manuel Cepeda. Oh, my goodness. Now the guys are starting to get used to this new format, yo-yo, that really is like free surfing with a singlet on.
Es así como lo dice el gran Terry McKenna. Los riders están afinando a lo que es el nuevo formato, están entrando ya a buscar performance de más calidad, un surfing progresivo, un surfing en el cual todos arriesgan más por conseguir esa gran nota. Recuerden que es una nota y son 3 presentaciones para que ellos puedan entrar al top 16 en lo que es el formato man to man.
Okay, so it seems to be working so far, so good. And what about a classic heat? This one it is again. It is young Tanner McDaniel in the lead with a 7.5 and a 6.25. Manuel Salpida sitting in second. He has a 6.6 and a 6.25. Maxime Castillo with an 8.0. So that's the best wave of the heat so far, Yo-Yo. And that one is probably going to be a keeper at the end of the 3 rounds. And at the moment, Jared Houston, only some small scores.
Cuando muchachos estábamos hablando de los mejores puntajes y la última nota de Maxime Castillo, lo estaría poniendo con el mejor score del hit. Maxime Castillo con 8 puntos, un segundo back score de 1.50, estaría ya con la mejor nota del hit, muchachos. Y esto es lo que están buscando los riders, de conseguir una mejor nota. Y Maxime Castillo está haciendo su trabajo, está entrando en sintonía con el Flopos, así que en cualquier instante lo podemos ver de nuevo on fire. También así Tanner McDaniel, Jared Houston, que tiene un repertorio muy amplio y tiene la calidad de rider para poder conseguir el puntaje.
Okay, so around about 10 minutes remaining in this final heat of round number 1. And, well, priority at the moment is with Maxime Castillo, and he's going to take this right-hander. He decides to get off that one. Priority will now go back to Jared Houston, and Jared really does need a good score.
Es así, muchachos, que Jared Houston no está encontrando las olas. Ya faltan 9:48 la regresiva, muchachos, cuando tenemos a un Jared Houston muy preocupado en el lineup de Flopos. En cualquier instante, Aerolíneas Houston, atento Houston, que se nos podría ir al siguiente round con la mejor nota de lo que es este hit. Ya, Tessa, is 9 minutes remaining, close to 9 minutes remaining, and well, situation has been amazing. You hit by hit, you can see how the riders are been changing the strategy. You know, they're trying to surf in a different way. It's not this history to build to score. It is to find the best performance in just one movement.
Yes, yeah, well said, Yo-Yo. And I wouldn't be surprised, you know, many years ago in 2010, it was the bodyboarders who used the 4-man priority for the first time. 2 years later, the ASP, they called me and they said, how do you do this? Next minute, it's becoming on the World Surfing Tour. I wouldn't be surprised. Bodyboarders are notorious for making new formats. I wouldn't be surprised to see the whole world watching this heat right now.
Y así, muchachos, lo que decía el gran Tessa McKenna es historia del deporte de olas, porque ya años atrás lo que es la APB estaría innovando con el formato men-to-men, con el formato de mejor combinación, y fue ahí que la ASP Surf, de lo que es los tablistas, llamaron a gran Terry McKenna para decirle, mira, el formato que ustedes han creado, el formato que ustedes están utilizando, nos está acomodando mucho, nos está gustando, así que no podría de esperar de que ahora este 2018 esta presentación, este nuevo test, nueva forma de llevar lo que es el deporte, pudiera quizás seguir en otras disciplinas de olas, como lo que sería la World Surf League, que también está buscando llevar al surf al siguiente nivel, como lo está haciendo la APB con el bodyboarding.
Yeah, it's such a great format because they get to see each of their favorite riders a minimum of 3 times. Not just coming to the beach and coming third and going home. These guys are going to surf 3 different times. Everybody gets an opportunity to surf in the morning, in the middle of the day, and in the afternoon. So at the end of the day, it's a very even format because the competitors all get an opportunity with the best conditions.
Y eso es lo que decía Terry McKenna, que este formato de 3 presentaciones lo que hace es que los riders puedan competir en la mañana, puedan competir a mediodía, puedan competir en la tarde. Entonces ya no habría una situación de lo que es suerte en la condición de ola, sino que todos tendrían la misma ventaja, y esto se valoraría por una calidad de nivel, de lo que es la calidad del rider, de lo que es la calidad de performance que él puede entregar con las condiciones de ola. Ya faltan 7 en la regresiva, muchachos, y me gustaría mandar un saludo enorme a todos los que nos asisten ahí, de todo Chile, de habla hispana en especial, a la gente ahí que nos asiste en Noruega, a mi amigo El Bodoque, a los muchachos de Iquique que nos asisten, que siempre nos dicen, a mi amigo Franco Toledo, a mi sobrino Adolfo, a todos, everybody that is watching us from all over. People were sending us message, oh, you can send us greetings to here, We have viewers from Norway, from USA, Philadelphia, from all over around the world, because this is one of the most spectacular events on the globe, Tessa.
Yeah, that's right. And we've just been told, I believe, Benny Vargas is just coming back to give me the heads up, but I think we're not going into round 2. Is that the story? Okay, so we've got a pro junior heat that's coming up, but as far as the Grand Slam goes, this is the final heat of the day.
Ya, muchachos, si teníamos una información de primera línea, de primer contenido. Nos estaríamos acabando lo que es la presentación de lo que es el top 16 de la APB, de los grandes riders del Tour Mundial, y nos iríamos al Pro Junior, porque les cuento algo en casa, que las condiciones para los días siguientes se nos vienen increíbles. It's going to be incredible conditions for the next day, Tessa.
Yeah, you betcha. The swell is coming up. There'll be a little more wave height tomorrow. Conditions as far as the wind are pretty much Groundhog Day every day here in Arica. It's the same wind every day. Light southerly, maybe to southwest in the afternoon. But for now, the conditions look fantastic. We have elected, though, to give the riders a rest. We've had some guys that have that hit the reef here today. Josh Kirkman hurt his shoulder. Alex Uranga ended up in hospital, might have a broken rib. Ian Campbell, of course, hit his head, had to get stitches from the hospital. Today we've had some pretty radical kind of injuries, but that's gringo for you, man. It's a battle against man versus ocean.
Yeah, and it's on the way that Tessa said, if you don't go hard, you go home. And here we go.
Ow.
With Tanner McDaniel, that he was trying to improve a score of 750, and he was mentioned, Terry McKenna estaba mencionando que tuvimos situaciones bastante peligrosas y eran de esperar para una ola como esta. Tuvimos a Alex Uranga, que está en el hospital. Nos informaban que Alex Uranga tenía problemas quizá en lo que es una de sus costillas. Esperamos que esté bien. A toda su familia, un saludo enorme. Tenemos increíbles condiciones. Mira, and there's a situation with Tanner McDaniel. I think he's in trouble. We were just Uncle Mike Stewart running to the lineup.
Okay, well, okay, we're just trying to get a handle on this one. Tanner really got hammered by that lip, and because he's such a lightweight guy, Yo-Yo, the power of the whitewash lifted him up and very, very close to the rocks. But I think that he's all right. So, look, if his parents are watching back home, Tanner looks like he's fine. Everything's under control here, but I tell you what, this can be a very, very scary wave.
Ya, muchachos, y toda la gente que nos asiste en casa, les queríamos comentar que el gringo, una de las olas más peligrosas del mundo, tiene 9 de 11 récords en la historia de lo que son los deportes de olas, y una de ellas es la que es la cantidad de accidentes. Así que los muchachos, cuando están presentando performance aquí en el lineup de flopos, están arriesgando mucho para conseguir este tipo de maniobras. Así que es algo de esperar, ¿no? Que entre alguna falla técnica de ellos, algún desequilibrio que tengan, puedan encontrar situaciones como esta. Esperemos que Tanner McDaniel se encuentre bien en cualquier instante. Vamos a ver, ya veíamos al tío Mike Stewart corriendo al lineup para asistir a lo que es su pupilo. Manny, check out if he's fine. Vivas de lo que son los deportes de ola. Ya les comentaba que con una experiencia increíble está creando este nuevo formato para todos ustedes, para que el espectáculo de los riders se vaya al siguiente nivel en lo que son las olas aquí, especialmente en el flopboard. There's 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, and we still have the best wave of Tanner McDaniels.
And you know what? Here's a classic. If you look on the Stacked app, remember that our viewers, you can tell them in Spanish, go to www.stackedapp.com to download the actual app to see all the scores.
Y ahí, muchachos, nos fuimos con el Antofagastino. Atención a la gente de La Perla, que ahí lo teníamos a Manuel Cepeda, muchachos, que está tratando de conseguir una nota superior a 660.
Here's the replay of Maxime Castilla from France. You can see him waiting, hits it pretty sweetly, big rotation into the flats, but he got caught on the landing. Here's the classic.
Daríamos por finalizada esta jornada. Hemos tenido un espectáculo increíble por parte de lo que son los riders del top mundial de la APB, muchachos. Así que este sería el último hit. So Tessa, this will be the last hit of the day. Will be the last hit, and we're gonna come back tomorrow with all the action.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you very much, Yo-Yo. And we've had an incredible day here at the moment. So we look forward to having you back. Of course, our final heat of the day is underway. And Yo-Yo, give the Spanish people a bit of an update.
Así, muchachos, como les informaba, ya faltando 40 segundos y con la mejor nota de Máxima Castillo, nos estaríamos despidiendo porque estaríamos acabando la jornada de hoy. Vienen condiciones espectaculares. Ya teníamos un forecast, un surf report que nos muestra de que el Flopos va a estar on fire con una condición de máxima calidad. Estaríamos aquí teniendo el performance de los mejores. And this is the last hope of Jared Houston. And here we go with the last good barrel. Here we go with Jared Houston that has an amazing level, trying to improve his best score of 2.5. Jared, that is not being in synchrony with Flopos, dear Tessa.
Well, there we go. Jared Houston with 10 seconds remaining, finding a pretty incredible wave. And, well, that's exactly what he needed. Let's check the APB replay. Houston pulling into the barrel, getting blown out there and just waiting and hitting that one sweetly. So Jared might be able to extract something out of this heat, Yo-Yo, but that is the end of day number 1 here at the Arica Cultura Bodyboard. It's been an incredible show.
Y así, muchachos, nos despedíamos así en este segundo día. Antes de eso nos vamos a unos breves comerciales y ya estaríamos de vuelta para despedirnos de lo que es este primer día del Grand Slam de la APB World Tour.
Welcome back to Arica, folks. Tezza and Yo-Yo holding it down on what, Yo-Yo, has been a memorable day for the APB and for bodyboarding in general. What a day.
Bueno, como dices tú, un grandioso día. Hemos tenido un día memorable, histórico para lo que es el bodyboarding y para lo que son los deportes de ola. Con un nuevo formato, la APB estaría puchando al siguiente nivel lo que son la corrida en olas. Tessa, incredible hit, an incredible performance from Dudu Pedra, 925.
Yeah, that's right. 9.25 was the single highest score of the day. The Brazilian charger, Dudu Pedra. He used to be a judge. He went back to riding, and I know why now. And Ian Campbell, of course, across the three waves, is the current leaderboard leader with the three waves after round number one.
Y así como decía Tessa McKenna, lo que sería el líder de lo que es este nuevo formato sería el señor Ian Campbell, muchachos. Bueno, nos despediríamos con una increíble acción desde este primer día del Grand Slam para así vernos mañana con más acción. Tessa, we're saying bye-bye to everybody back home.
Yeah, we'd like to wrap up what's been an incredible day today. Thank you very much, of course, to all the people who make it responsible, including the Arica Municipalidad. We had the mayor down here today with the Incidente, and it was a pretty incredible day. On behalf of Alex Leon, our CEO, and everyone from the APB, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for round number 2 of the World Grand Slam here in Arica.
See you tomorrow. Chao, hasta mañana, muchachos.